Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Oh shit! I need a camera. I realise I need a mic, Jeremy.
Got nothing to talk into. Oh, fuck!
You know, I gotta make sure that I'm actually looking across to see if it's working. I love to chat. Look, there's my name.
I love to chat. I love to chat. Everybody loves me. I love to chat. Ding, ding, ding.
I can't chat with no mic.
Well, you can.
I can.
Just you'll be very muffled.
I just
and
won't be heard.
in the distance and quiet. Yeah.
That was weird. The one
Yes.
thing I hadn't. Well, you know, the thing about not doing the Thursday streams, and just in case you try and watch me on a Thursday and can't find me, where I've taken a bit of a break, the good thing about that, Jeremy, and all of you, is that this stuff now stays in here and I don't have to move it every time. So by and large, the lights just remain where they are, and
Sweet.
it is really fucking useful, I
Yeah.
have to say.
Yeah.
Not-
Well,
aside-
maybe you should just stream from in here.
Well, Jeremy, I had an idea that I might just stream from in here and just do my Thursday streams right here.
It is a genius idea, you know.
And then I could free up the back room for like filming me doing board games, and then I can stick them up on my
YouTube and
on my yeah,
Yeah.
which has to happen, but you know, one thing at a time, obviously. But welcome in everybody. Now that I can talk, how are you doing, Jeremy?
I'm doing okay now. Finally, it's taken a week to not be shit, really, but I'm good now, ish.
Yeah. I'm glad you're back because
I would say I'm 84%. If I had to put a number on it,
Oh really? Oh wow, that is very specific.
84, maybe 84.2.
I'd be happy if that were the case. That seems like a reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm living. I can function.
Yes.
I just have a bit of stuff in my sinuses, being all sludgy.
I understand. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here for the 113th episode. That's right. Don't get me started. 113 live from Borton Towers. We're at the very top. Don't know if you knew that. Very, very top in the penthouse, basically.
From the area where Alex now streams.
Yes. Yeah. This
Exclusively.
is only in here. Well, thank you very much for dropping in some bits, Will. And we had some subscriptions come in. Saw Harmstone subscribed. Saw Tamzanaki subscribed.
Yeah. You've got to do it when we're on, so that you get the swooshy logo thing that I did.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look good? I had the time today. Well, I didn't really, but I did it anyway. To sit there and make all of this shit work again, because as you remember,
Yes.
it hasn't worked for weeks because they fuck around and do shit like updates and stuff. But it should all be working now. He says, knowing that something's bound to fuck up. But yeah, some new bits. We had the new like TikTok opening, because obviously we're all about the tickers now.
We're all about the tickers.
All about the tickers and how you play it. And like trying to keep this area clean. You know, this area here.
Yeah.
It's all about us. We don't need no notifications about them.
I like
all of that kind of thing.
I like space. I like things being unbusy and clean. So you know I love that shit. So very good, very good. Lots of work. So he might have been ill, but he was still getting shit done, which just...
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was in bed, unconscious. I'm
trying to talk you up here, man.
I got it done today.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know, at the nth hour. I also...
It got done.
I completed my tax return yesterday. Deadline today.
Good work. Good work.
Why do something in a timely fashion
Before.
that you can do at the last minute?
You
That's
can
what
do
I say.
later.
That's my motto.
Never put off till tomorrow what you can put off indefinitely. Which was, I used to have when I was a kid, I used to collect stickers. I used to put them all over my chest of drawers. I love stickers. If I got a sticker, I stuck it on there.
I was going to say, that's not really how the collecting works. You need like a binder. Or,
No, my binder was my chest of drawers. And if you went into my room, you saw it covered in stickers. I got them from like Look In, which was a magazine, a kids magazine at the time. And very stickers of the A Team and stuff like that, and like Smurfs and things that kids were into, Transformers. I don't fucking know. And one of them on the Disney comic, which we got in order to bribe us to go to church every Sunday. I got the Disney comic, And on the front of that was a Pluto sticker with "Never put off till tomorrow what you can put off indefinitely." Which,
Is that actually on
Yeah.
there? That's amazing.
And I was like, I'm not sure I understand. I didn't understand.
Also, Pluto doesn't say anything.
No, I think it was actually Pluto and like it's Pluto. Oh no, I might be thinking Goofy. Thinking of Goofy. I think I'm Goofy. They're both dogs, right?
Sound more like a gooferism.
It was Goofy, if I'm remembering correctly, sitting on a chair with his hands behind his head and his feet up, as if he was.
Well, Maxie, don't. I can't
Never
remember the
put
quote
off till tomorrow what you can put off indefinitely. What? And I was like,
boy,
I'm with you.
Yeah, Pluto is a dog, but a pet. Goofy is a dog, but not a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's confusing, but anyway. And then one day, my brother Matthew was annoying me, and it was Easter, and I'm pretty sure it went, no. Which way round did it go? I'll say it this way round, doesn't matter. I smashed all his eggs. He was being a proper little cunt, and I just put my hand through his eggs, so they're all just shattered into bits. And in retribution, he knifed all my stickers. He just shredded all my stickers.
See, that is ultimate retribution, because the egg is still egg. I assume you mean the Easter eggs.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's still chocolate, whether it's been smashed or not. But your stickers are no longer stickers. With a knife through them.
I think it was the other way around in my head, because my brain just says, hold on, I had to find something to do, and I didn't have anything to do. But I think he was pissed off at me or whatever, and I was so fucked up. Even now, when I mention it, years later, I'm just like, mate, some of those stickers, by the way, were really old. like when I was 4, I got them, and then I was like, I don't know, 14. I don't know, fucking. Anyway, I'm just letting you all in to what's going on in my brain. But welcome in anyway to Don't Get Me Started. Who have we got in? I know I saw.
We've got a fair few people in at the early. Let's do a scroll if I can. Make this mouse
Sorry if you came in last week.
work.
But Jez was very ill.
Yeah.
He was super sick.
Yeah. The plan was be a bit ill on Tuesday, do one later in the week. My body said, just be ill. End of sentence.
Don't do anything else.
And that was yeah.
He was sick, and not in the way that my niece and nephew like to popularize the
not in
the phrase.
Not in a brappy kind of way.
Not in a
like
sick
blood or any of that.
He's like sick.
I was sick.
He was sick.
Yes. Harmstone, hello. Tamsin, hello.
Yes.
Will, Aletha. Scrolling. Stream Elements. Yo, Stream Elements. Good to see you.
All right.
Can't do a stream without you. Well, we could, but yeah.
Yeah.
Fahim, hello. Missy B, hello.
Missy B, back again.
And
Probably got some wine. I don't have any wine. Makes
unless
me feel
I've missed
sad.
someone.
No,
Stop
I think
trying
you've
to
got
show
it.
me the news windows. I don't give a shit.
They were
There we
first
go.
edition stickers from 1886. They were. On the front cover of Pippin.
Literally the first edition. The first adhesives that you could stick to things.
Yeah. The first stickers ever. I do have wine. What kind of wine do you have? That's what I want to know. I've got Pepsi. You've got Pepsi.
I do. Yep. It's going to be important to keep the throat libated today.
Yeah. Got lots to talk about, mainly because we've missed a week and stuff has happened, but we've got stuff to talk about. We've got Tifus tonight. We've got Itas tonight. I've got a controversial opinion. Will it be controversial? Maybe. I really don't know.
I have an actual, truly, definitely controversial opinion.
Oh, cool.
It is well discussed in the world. People
are disgusted at it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe I get in the sea and whatever other bullshit you talk about that make us.
Yeah, basically, we could do every segment tonight if we wanted. We won't, but we could. Yeah, plenty of stuff.
I do have wine. What type of wine? I said red wine. That's as specific as we need to be, I think.
You could, be more specific than that if you want. There's a wine prick amongst us.
Yeah,
he
it's
will
Will.
revel in that.
Oh, and also me. Yeah, that's true.
24 hours. Yeah, not yet, but it's coming.
No, well, yes, and because I was saying at the beginning of the year that we last year done 37 weeks of last year, basically.
Yeah, of the 52 available, like Tuesdays for posterity.
DGMS.
We did 37 of them.
And so we were hoping to do more, and we were like, but this was the first time, obviously, so we missed one last week because you were ill, and it should be pointed out that I'm going to miss 2 coming up.
Wah, wah.
Starting on, I think it's the 14th of February. So you remember it.
Yeah, basically we're here next week, and then we're not for 2 weeks afterwards.
Because I'm going to Singapore.
Mm.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking amazing. Going for work.
I'm not jealous at all, obviously.
But it means, we were looking earlier, could we do a thing? And it's just not really possible. Can we do something?
Yeah, we were trying to think, could we do a remote one? But based on time differences, the answer is probably not.
Yeah.
Because
is it 8 hours?
It would have to be like midnight for us, or 3 a.m. for him.
If I did it, if we could do it,
yeah.
if I got up at 3:30 in the morning,
you could do it
on
like
the Wednesday.
Now.
I could do it now.
Mm.
It's currently 3:30. I thought it was 3. No, it would be 4, wouldn't it? Because I would say 3:30 was
when we were looking at
7:30.
Yeah. It is now
So
4 a.m.
At 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. in Singapore.
4:11 a.m. in Singapore.
Yes. So if you're in Singapore watching it, thanks so much, and I'll see you very soon. But
I don't think we're going to get an audience in Singapore.
No, but let me tell you about our audience. Let me tell you something. Do
it.
you like stats, Jeremy?
I love stats, especially when those stats refer to us. Do they refer to us?
Yes, they do.
Excellent.
You're going to love it.
Do continue.
So I've been looking at our stats for TikTok because we've got 5,500 people following us on TikTok.
For tickers,
which is no small amount. I'm well impressed with it. And thank you very much, because you're probably one of them. And if you're not one of them, why don't you go across to TikTok? All our socials are on DGMS Live. You can find it on !DGMS Live, probably. What is it? I don't remember.
Exclamation socials.
No, that's it. Fucking hell. Anyway, so we're getting there. So I decided to, thank you very much. You could go on any of these and just follow us there, because then that's really
Not any.
all. So I looked up our analytics for TikTok, and
It's pronounced analytics, actually.
well, hold that happy thought about the analytics, because our gender split for people that like us on TikTok is 71%, 29% in favor of women. 71% of the people who follow us are women.
Yeah, boy.
And 72% of the people following us are in America.
America.
Fuck yeah. 72% of people watching us are in America. So, and 37% of those people are between the age of 24 and 34. So that gives you an idea of the demographic. Usually it's Alex following 72% of women. Yeah, I give up like almost 25% of the time.
Yeah.
No, that's too far. I'm not going that way. Welcome in, Dr. Fruitbat. So yeah, so all I'm saying is, and incidentally, right, 1/5 of the American population, remember, most of them are women, 1/5 of that population are based in Chicago, Jeremy. Just saying, there are a lot of Chicago-based American women who like us.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of the comments have been things like,
Go Bears.
Go Bears, love your jersey that you're wearing in it. And then one guy was like, oh, love the CM Punk shirt, another Chicagoan.
So what I'm just saying is, like, how are things with Keris? Can I just ask, because if...
Going well, but I like to keep my options open.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Is she watching tonight? Because, like, she might never see this.
She's probably asleep by now.
Perfect. Let's keep this between all of us. But I'm just saying, if you wanted to do an American tour of... I
wondered where that sentence was going. If you wanted to do an American...
Don't jump to conclusions correctly, Jeremy. If you wanted to do an American tour of, say, Houston, Seattle, Atlanta, Chicago...
I'd like to go to one of those places.
Because we're very popular in all of those places.
Nice.
Oh, and Portland. That's the
Portland. That's a very...
Pentumvirate.
I was going to say, that was very specific city, because the rest of them were states, and then you've named Portland in the great state of Oregon. Was it? You sure it was Portland?
I'm pretty sure.
Because that's a city.
No. Yeah. No. Yes. Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, and Seattle. I don't know where I got Portland from. Must have been in my brain.
Oh, no. Yeah, you said Houston, didn't you?
Yeah. So...
Could be Portland, Maine.
It wasn't Portland at all, but we could go there anyway.
Hey, if we were super popular in Portland, Maine, that's like a lot of people, because nobody lives in Portland, Maine.
So all I guess I can say is, once we can keep this ratio and get up to 1 million followers, then I think that's totally fine. We'll just turn up to all these places and just expect 70% of the women there to come and watch our show, and I suppose 30% of the men. But that's some. What do you think of those stats?
I like them.
Why do you think that American women like us?
But
Jeremy?
probably because we're English and we're sexy.
Oh yeah. Is it my accent? Is that what it is? Is it my sexy British accent that you like? Is that what it is? I can only presume.
But do not turn around to any of these Americans and tell them that you like their accent, because they will insist that they do not have an accent.
Oh, but I do like their accent, Jeremy.
Yeah, but they don't. No, they don't have an accent.
Hmm.
That's the way the American mindset works. They don't have an accent. Everyone else does.
Huh. Well,
because I once said that to like a shop girl in Chicago.
shop girl.
She's like, I like your accent. I was like, thanks, I like yours, in the kind of, knee jerk return a compliment kind of way. And she was like, I don't have an accent. I'm like, you do.
Did she say it in American? I don't have an accent.
It's a Midwestern American accent. Like,
we're in the Midwest.
It just could not compute the idea that she did not sound like the rest of the world. I guess, I don't know. How do you perceive having an accent and not having an accent?
It's interesting because I don't think I have an accent.
Well, of course you do.
That would make sense.
Everyone does.
And I definitely
literally everyone.
I have verbal tics that I've inherited thanks to my mother, that I say things in a slightly different way, and we all do actually.
Yes.
All the everybody, but I also meant like specifically, like I hear it in my brothers.
I hear it in my brothers.
I hear it in my bros.
Nice.
Oh, thank you very much. Just came to me. So you've also inherited your hatred of Gary Lineker. I have not. I bloody love Gary Lineker.
I thought that was genetic hatred of Gary Lineker.
No.
Maybe it skips a generation.
Maybe.
You'll never know.
But I don't think I've got an accent. But like, it's not like some places in the like Yorkshire accent, Newcastle accent, Birmingham accent, West Country accent, Kentish accent, which is what I think this is.
No, you don't have a Kentish accent.
Do I not?
No.
It's a pity.
And there is a wide range of Kentish accent, actually. Down here in the very southeast,
yes,
we have the accent of what I like to call whiny Cockneys. It's a little bit Cockney sounding, but in a more whiny, nasally kind of way. That's how people in the southeast kind of part of Kent talk.
I see.
The further north Kent you go, then they're kind of more like Kentish mixed with a little bit of kind of likely lad,
right?
Like that kind of accent. As we get further up Kent,
they're the kind of people that say "Ali Pally."
Yeah, they are absolutely. And I think what you actually have is just a generic Southern accent, kind of a Buckinghamshire kind of.
I like being Southern.
Received pronunciation type accent.
Yes, that would be that's nice.
Yeah. We won't go into mine because mine is muddled by living in various places.
Yeah, when I think about your accent, I guess
Posho.
Posho! I don't know. I'm fine with estuary English, which is what it is when you're closer to the Thames estuary, I suppose. Diagnosis, accent. Do. Actually, I don't even know what the tune is for Diagnosis.
I don't either.
Murder. But,
Oh no, Diagnosis.
I'm thinking about Quincy.
Is Diagnosis Murder the one that's got your woman in it? I've forgotten her name. Angela Lansbury.
Oh no, that's Murder She Wrote. No, she might also turn up on Diagnosis.
I think she did.
Oh, you might be
hanging out with Dick Van Dyke for a bit. Is that show?
Yes, that might be right because Quincy is something different. Fucking hell.
Yeah, Quincy's a doctor, isn't he?
Quincy is a doctor.
Quincy.
I don't
Emmy.
think that's a tune.
Emmy. Yes, there you go. My ignoring the television during the day has paid off. I obviously didn't entirely ignore it. Yeah. That's got a really annoying-y, plinky theme. Diagnosis Murder. Karis loves Diagnosis Murder.
Well, she'll be diagnosing your murder if you go to Chicago.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a shame I had to kill her in favor of 70% of the Chicago population.
Yeah, but listen.
Quincy is a coroner. Well, that's a type of doctor.
Yeah, listen.
Actually,
stats, numbers never lie, Jeremy, and the facts are in. Based on a survey of 5,500 people, which is a statistically significant amount of people to survey.
Yes.
This is the facts. At some point in the future, we're going to America to hit up our fans.
Can you imagine doing this show live? Like going on tour and doing this show live across the States. That would be fucking incredible.
That would be
It wouldn't even take that much work.
No, it'd be easy. I'm up for a US tour.
A few venues, you know?
I'd love to do it. Even if they didn't know who we were and we just came to their town one day.
Yeah, just do it on open mic nights.
Yeah, just go around and say, hey, can we come along and do a show? And
yeah, you got 10 minutes, like, we'll see about that.
That's the kind of thing Tim would say.
10 minutes...
Tight
10 minutes
Tim.
going on 2 hours. How's that sound? Yeah, good.
Speaking of people who can't speak or accents or words and Americans, somebody in the TikTok thing, when on the debaptized video where I say herbs, the ultimate tool or whatever, herbs and plants and stuff like that, and I say herbs, someone said, you don't pronounce the H in herbs. And I was like, I wanted to say so many things, Jeremy, in response to that. And
largely the thing that springs to mind is fuck off, American.
Do fuck off. Don't tell me how to speak my own fucking language, prick. I'll tell you. Herbs. Come on. I'd have been with you on so many words. You've decided to, you spell colour differently. I'm fine with that. It's the same. I don't give a shit. Like all these things, behaviour, flavour, all these things you want to do are largely the same. But if you take the H, if you have a word with an H, then you better sound the H. But you say herbs. So there isn't. This is one you are categorically wrong on. You can't be right on this one. So you're on a hide into fucking nothing.
And also, you watched our video and that was what you chose to comment? What the fuck is wrong with you? Go outside and touch some grass, you utter bellend. Fuck off.
Touch some herbs. You've seen we're English as well.
Herbs.
So you know full well that we would say it. That's not a surprise. If we were American...
It sounded like an ooge harsehole.
An ooge harsehole. They say, like... You pronounce herbs without the H. And I say, no, I didn't. I said, no, I didn't. I think there's video evidence that I didn't. And they're left it at that. And I really hope they will come back to me so I can tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yes.
But herbs.
Yeah. It winds me up when I hear any of those, when, like, you drop the H. Why would you drop the H? There's absolutely no reason for it. There's plenty of, language conventions that you would do because it tidies things up, but why would you take the H off things?
It seems weird.
It doesn't make any sense.
And also get on that fucking bandwagon and that be the
bandwagon
the andwagon,
the andagon,
which was apparently like they thought. Do you know what? They've watched the video and like you say, of the entire video, they were like, "That's the they don't write that. They don't say that right, Margaret. What's going on?" What was I going to say?
Are we entering the TikTok comment section?
Yeah. Did you want me to tell you some of the ones that come up?
Yes, because I don't remember them, but there have been some brilliant and brilliantly awful ones.
Yes. There was some prick who, on the update to the baptized one, where I say, you report that the priest wasn't real, and I say the priest was fake, and you were like, yeah. And then someone's written, well, what makes it fake? They are all fake. And I'm like, oh, God, shut up. Please shut up. I know you're trying to be funny, but oh, my God.
You're not.
Oh, God.
Leave the funny to us.
Religion isn't real, so priests aren't real. I'm like, we're all living in the Matrix and nothing's real. Life is absurd. We should just kill ourselves. Shut the fuck up, honestly. The one, though, that I wanted to say is some comments, Jeremy, and also yourselves, don't make it onto it because TikTok stops it.
Yeah, basically anything with any loose swear, we have to approve. And on certain videos, we've just got too many comments and I can't reach that review section. It's too far down. So, like, this was the one for when one of the most recent ones where we were talking about the woman who's giving away for Christmas OnlyFans discounts to all the male members of the family. So she's gone around with little pink envelopes just to catch you up to give away like discounts for her OnlyFans, and she's given them not subtly to all of the males. And we obviously go at one point. We should take this up with your fiance. Oh yeah.
You say memorize the code. And then go right over to her to like complain, as it were. Memorize the code, and I say something like QQ3, and we make a joke about memorizing the code, which goes right over the heads of this. Says, "What is wrong with you two men? Memorize the code, WTF?" And I'm like,
Dear commenter, I would like to introduce you to the joke.
You may have missed it. Let me introduce you to each other. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with us, Jeremy? Memorize.
I mean, legitimately memorize the code, but also it was a joke.
I love it. Oh my god. And the other one was not the arsehole, but these presenter are breaching the arsehole line. Listen, I don't know how she can see that I'm breaching the arsehole line.
We regularly do breach the arsehole line, but that's not generally safe for TikTok consumption.
Is breaching the arsehole line euphemism for having a shit or having anal sex? Because that's what I think this person is saying. But these
probably depends on the day,
how
Alex,
could they
and what
see
you've eaten.
Breach tonight on breaching the arsehole line.
Alex eats some corn.
Later on,
he breaches the asshole line.
Breaches the asshole line. I love that they couldn't just say not the arsehole, but these presenters are arsehole for talk. You know, basically. But breaching the line.
Got to get that in there, haven't I?
That's the line. They don't say crossing the. You crossed the line, Jeremy.
Yeah.
They don't say that.
But do you know which one they're referring to? It's because instead of saying "Am I the arsehole?" it was "Would I be the arsehole?" It was the future tense one. I'm like, well, don't blame me, man. Blame the fucking writer.
Surely the arsehole line is the crack. Yeah. Breaching the crack. Oh my god.
It's a very firm line. Well, depends how much work you do in the gym, I guess, but mine's a firm line.
I'll see if I can find some more of those and we'll put them up. But I thought I'd share them with you because it's funny as fuck. And I honestly thought, and I think I said this to Tom, I said, do I have just too much faith in humanity that I am surprised when this sort of stuff happens? You know, like my feeling is, surely humanity is better than this, that they can see a joke when it is one and they don't have to be cunts on it. But I realised I was wrong.
There are a lot of stupid people out there.
A lot of people shouldn't be on the internet and their opinions are worthless. So,
there are a lot of people that shouldn't be on the planet.
Yeah.
And their opinions are worthless.
But if you are 72 of the people in, well, at least 72% of the people in Chicago, then you're all right by me.
Especially in Chicago. What a great city.
Bear down. So, did you want to go inexorably forward? On we bloodily stagger.
Yeah, let's actually smash this one quickly this week.
Yes.
I think we can do it. I believe that we can complete. This is happening in 8 minutes. Let's do it.
Hit it.
8 minutes. Count it down.
In your head.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
Norfolk No Hope.
Right, well, they've made it quite easy because most of them have got the same hap.
Oh, that's amazing. We did restrict it, though.
The majority of their hap is that Aletha is here.
Aletha is here, and I heard her come in. She was meant to be going to Show Choir tonight, but it wasn't on.
It was cancelled. Well, we assume it was cancelled. They didn't bother to tell her.
It's possible...
Therefore, the information does not exist.
It's possible they were all hiding from her behind chairs in the darkened room at the Harvey Grammar School.
That would be funny.
Laughing at her. I think it would be a bit cruel. But also pretty funny if you were able to manage to get 120 people all on the same joke. I'd be impressed. But
that would be really good. And then Nap from Aletha, obviously, that it disappeared.
Yeah. Show Choir disappeared. Right. So where's the bottom then?
So I've got a mouse, but it doesn't want to work on this sofa. Interestingly, this is the first one.
Oh, met two chasers on Saturday.
I think they're called stalkers, mate. If you
They're chasing you.
Yeah.
Come back here.
Either that or it's called security. What did you steal?
What chasers did you meet? Do you know like a whiskey chaser? I never saw a chaser I didn't like. You drank a beer and then you hit a shot.
I assume one of them was Paul Sinner because he's the one that actually goes out and does stuff.
The Cinnamon.
And doesn't sit on his arse all the time.
Yeah, actually, I tell you what, the Cinnamon was in Edinburgh. I really wanted to track him down just so I could kind of get him on camera saying like...
Calling Harvestone a prick.
Yes, basically, yes.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I didn't find him. I went to a quiz event hosted by Paul Sinner.
off of beating me on the
off
chase.
Of beating me on the chase. Did you get a chance? That's right. First time chat. We'll get to that because I told you this is perfect. We'll get to that. That's useful.
Those are words.
I know. Did you get to chat to Paul Sinner? And did you go, you'll remember me from such episodes of you not giving me enough money and beating me?
And me being an incredulous prick and talking to you like you were a dick and me shutting you the fuck down and then kicking you off the game. Yeah.
Paul did ask at the bar if we'd met before. And you were like, oh, yes. Did you play it cool at the bar with your fucking martini in your hand? And just went, well, Paul Sinner. Fancy meeting you here. Well, we did meet one time on the chase. I represent Wordley in the cash builder round, but was woefully smashed out in the later rounds. But
I mean, when Paul Sinner sees someone out in the wild that he vaguely recognises, it probably won't surprise him to know that it's from the chase.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a doctor, so maybe it's either you whooped my ass on the chase, or you stuck your finger up my ass for a prostate exam. Those are probably the options.
You don't stick your finger up your ass on the chase.
No. Well, you do, but only once, and then you're never invited back.
You
again.
only do that once on the way up, literally. Quickly, what I'll say.
Well, it's in the section, so it's a good time to do it.
Is that Ben from Absolute Bedlam podcast has come in. Hello, boys. Hello, Ben. How are you doing?
Bed from Absolute Bedlam podcast.
One of the things that's hap for us, I think I can speak for both of us.
No, but try.
But we will go for it anyway. Was that last Monday? So the day before things fell apart, we did a podcast for Absolute Bedlam podcast, which we've shouted out. Thank you so much for shouting out Absolute Bedlam podcast, which is his Twitch channel, right? So we should probably see if we can find.
I mean, it's probably like anchor.fm/Absolute Bedlam.
Yes, we know he does anchor.fm.
Is it Absolute Bedlam or is it Absolute Bedlam podcast?
If
you permit him, he can put his own link in there.
Yeah, if we could do that. So basically, we were on the Absolute Bedlam podcast and we had a wonderful time.
We did. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And might I say, we fucking smashed it.
Oh, I had a great time there and we had so much fun there. There you go. You can basically put all your... Yeah.
Slightly too fast, I think.
Ben, go for it. I think you
again.
might have missed the thing there, but you're permitted to put what you want. So put your links up there. We had a great time. Some of you have listened to the podcast on account of the fact that we snuck it onto the DGMS section of Discord. If you haven't listened to it, do listen to it. I had a lot of fun, and he's a great guy. And we're going to get him on this sofa. We're going to get him sitting here at some point in the future. So do check it all out. We had a wonderful time. Do go follow him in all the places you can find to follow him: Instagram, YouTube. Listen to it because it's a lot of fun. He gets a lot of fun guests in there.
Yes.
And that was Hap.
It really doesn't like whatever link he's trying to post.
No, maybe we can. We'll definitely put them in the Discord though.
Yeah.
He's in there. He's Benjamin. No, Penguin. Like a penguin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. So that was Hap. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Was looking forward to talking about it last week, but obviously was unwell, and that didn't happen.
There's the link to the it was
the best episode of the Absolute Bedlam podcast.
Alex and Jez from Don't Get Me Started podcast. It's a name that tells you what is going on. I'm a big fan of don't make it ambiguous, keep it clear. It was a Pornhub link. Alex usually permits those. Oh yes, yeah.
We should probably throw an episode up on Pornhub at some point. That's the thing people do.
Do people do that?
Non-porn content on Pornhub, and it usually does quite well apparently.
Oh, we got to do that.
Because they're like video storage thing is like super stable, and like you can put up like 4K video and it stores it perfectly.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
So, yeah,
let's get it on.
Like choose our best episode and just put it on there.
Do you know what we should do? We should record an intro which looks like we've come round to fix like the washing machine or something like that, and then we just sit down and do the podcast. Yeah, yeah, like, and then the woman comes in and goes, "My TV's not working." We're like, "Your TV's not working. Maybe we should take a look." And we just sit down on the sofa, and then we just cut into an episode.
And there's our episode.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so funny. It just keeps going. Don't get me shafted.
We'll just test that your television is now working.
So yeah, that's possible.
That's a thingy. Nap from Harmstone. Bit random. Citation / context needed. Axe throwing.
I'm going to have to ask you a question, Harmstone. What was nap about the throwing? Can I ask?
Is it that you were shit at it?
Because it does strike me as something you'll be bad at. No
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah.
I just think you would be bad and shit at axe throwing and probably throw it behind you into the face of the person teaching you. I went axe throwing last week with work and I was shit at it.
Right, so it's not axe throwing that's shit then. It's you.
It's you that's
Your
shit.
nap.
Harmstone is nap. The proof we all needed.
Yeah. Like, don't be dragging axe throwing down with you.
Axes are fine.
Yeah.
In the right hand, an axe is a tool. In your hand,
Or
you're
in the
a
left
tool.
hand if you're left-handed.
QED. Big surprise. Yeah, no surprises.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say this, but I would probably also be shit at axe throwing. But
I mean, I will probably be shit at it too, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't enjoy it.
maybe you and I should go axe throwing.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
record it.
Yes.
Let's put it on TikTok.
Think of a don't get me axed kind of thing. You know, we'll work on that shit, obviously. But
Yeah. Ask the herbs person about axe. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Let me herb you a question.
I'm gonna ask you a question about herbs.
Oh shit, I
you
fucked it up.
prick. On we bloodily stumble and bloodily stagger. Will Jez remembered his mouse this week? Well, that's a new mouse.
It is a new mouse, yeah. Because this is actually a story. I'm not sure it's a funny story, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
Go on then.
The last time that I actually remembered my mouse for DGMS, I believed that I had forgotten it here.
Yes.
So, not to be outdone by leaving my mouse at home, I believed myself to have left it here. And the next morning, as I went to do my work, I didn't have a mouse. I then found my mouse eventually
Yes.
in a completely random place and found that the left click button no longer worked on it. So, is it really a mouse if it doesn't click? Like, is it just a lump of plastic?
Sounds
at
like
that
a
point?
dead mouse at that point.
Yeah.
But you bought another one.
I bought another one. Yeah, it's got more heft to it, but the it doesn't seem to like the surface. Might have to try
Yeah, stick
try
it on
the
a
clipboard. Maybe.
Yeah, do that. How's that feel? Looks better.
It looks a bit better. We'll try that. Yeah.
Bought a flat, didn't I? Well,
yeah, boy.
Dr. Fruitbat, you were talking. Dr. Fruit Flat was talking about getting a flat, and has now got one. So, was it good? Is it a good price? Is it in a good place? Are you happy with it? Tell us more about your flat. I moved fast. Yeah. Because you were like, I think I might do this. I might do that. I'm doing it.
You've got to, haven't you? Aren't flats in huge demand at the moment? Like they sell really quickly, so
Yeah.
you've got to do it quickly, otherwise you don't get one.
Yeah, in this climate, I mean, it's a seller's market, so there's a lot out there, I suppose. But is it in the town that you were already living? I suppose. I'm extremely happy with it. Canal side, big enough for a lodger, close enough to town, somehow affordable.
Everything's coming up, Fruitbat.
Listen, I'm going to suggest that Dr. Fruitbat has a housewarming, and then we'll go and stream from it.
Yeah.
We'll give us a room.
A housewarming party attended exclusively by us and no one else.
Yes.
And
We'll
maybe not
broadcast
even
from
him.
it. Yeah.
Maybe
we
we'll-
can come and guest on it.
Yeah, maybe we'll just use his house as a studio and end of sentence.
He's up for it. Okay.
Yeah. Do we know what part of the world Dr. Fruitbat's in? I believe that this has come up, but I don't remember things.
For fear of doxing him, I think I do know where he lives. So I'm gonna look at you.
China, cool.
You have to find it's Canal Side. Can I ask?
Liverpool.
21 Acacia Avenue. Isn't that where Banana Man lives?
Manchester. I've seen a canal in Manchester.
No, I don't think it's Manchester. I think it's souther than that, but
Bath.
norther than us. No, I think it's northeast of Bath. This is like Jez Guesser.
I don't know where else there are canals. Northeast of Bath.
Well, think about the Oxford Union. I mean,
Oxford.
correct. So
Nailed it.
GeoGuessr is better. GeoGuessr.
Yeah, they've had practice. Obviously, I've played GeoGuessr quite a
Oh,
lot
of course. Hi, listen, Bicester. It's fun watching you piece together half I remember's facts about me. I think And I think you'd have to pin it down. I have a feeling. I want to say I think he lives in Nottingham, but I could be wrong about that.
Oh, Nottingham's a great city.
This is
Love
now
Nottingham.
running straight through
Hey,
Nottingham.
if you do live in Nottingham, Dr. Fruitbat, we're definitely coming to do a show from your...
But I think
your
I
sofa.
might be confusing him. I think it might just be other conversation. I want to say...
You're certainly confusing me. I don't know about confusing him. You are
Guess
confusing
where
me for
Dr.
sure.
Fruitbat lives. I don't know. Well. Shall we? Is there anything left? I have to
No,
say.
and time, unless you've got something.
Dox me live on the show. Boom, 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 boom. I love how you've been talking about a US tour when you've not done a UK one yet. Listen, only 28% of the people in the UK like us.
Yeah.
You've got to go where the money is.
We've covered 28% of the UK. That's basically here and Kips, where we did DGMS 100. That's 28% of the UK.
Yeah.
Don't check my working. Just accept it.
Yes. What was I going to say? Sorry, I got a bit distracted by thinking about...
Come on, we've got a schedule to keep.
Yes, let's move on from this.
Okay, let's do it. Right, where are we going?
I've talked about stats, Absolute Bedlam podcast. Oh.
By move on,
Haps.
he means continue talking in this same segment.
I know, well, I forgot to mention that I enjoyed the Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
In this section called, Did Alex Like the Rumble? See, a whole new section, Jeremy.
Hmm.
No, we're not even in Haps and Naps anymore.
By God! Did he like the Rumble?
I did, yeah,
Yes, he did.
actually, yes, yeah, I did. And actually brings me on to a controversial opinion.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have a sting for that either, so I'll just press this one, I guess.
Sure.
And this is where we'd play a sting. If we had one!
Really need to sort that out.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll make that the next thing we do.
Okay. I like that. Well, there's going to be 2 weeks where at least, you can communicate with me and I can make something.
Yeah.
So I'll have some time.
If anyone has a suggestion for what the controversial opinion section sting should be like, then...
I do have an idea in my head.
Oh, do you?
It would just require leaning on our good friend Rooster Beast again. And he's
Controversial opinion!
he's done-
Something shit!
he's done a lot for us. I don't know
He
whether I
has.
want to trouble him with making us some more shit, but
Maybe there's something we can give him.
like money.
Yes. Yes, that is what I meant.
Money is exchanged for goods and services.
$20, but I wanted a peanut. Controversial opinions. That's good. It does suggest we're only going to be talking about things about where we live.
Yeah,
or
it's not the name we're looking for, Harmstone.
Although I do-
Fucking keep up.
Although I do kind of like the idea of changing names because controversial opinion does feel a bit like... It feels like the placeholders. I think,
It feels like exactly what we do.
I know,
So-
but like think about Getting the Sea, right?
Yeah.
Which is really could be called Things We Hate, So we found a way to kind of find a cool way of saying that. I'm just wondering if there's a cool way to say controversial shit. But there might not be.
there isn't.
There might not be.
I just checked. I went through the archive. There's not.
Controversial opinions. Well, that is every opinion I have. Now, this opinion is so niche that I don't want to spend too much time on it. And it's really more for you because it's about the Rumble. So if you watch the Royal Rumble, then you will understand this, aside from a general understanding. And then we'll get onto your controversial opinion, which everyone can understand.
Yes.
I think that's fair.
Well, other than it's me saying it, so don't hedge your bets too hard that they'll understand.
Okay. Hot takes.
Shit hot takes. Because then it could be shit hot or shit hot takes.
Shit hot takes. Take two. Let's think of everyone. So you live in Kent, huh? Controversial
I
opinions.
don't think it's come up before.
Only opinions about where we live or the secret alias of Superman. Other than that,
Or where there are canals.
yes.
Probably, maybe.
My controversial opinion on watching the Royal Rumble this year is that Logan Paul was the best thing in the Rumble.
That is a controversial opinion.
And I dislike, like many of you, dislike Logan Paul. He showed up in the Royal Rumble. Now, if you don't know what the Royal Rumble is, there are many aspects of the show, but the specific men's Royal Rumble is a 30-man battle royal over the top rope, and people come in every minute and a half, and eventually partway through at, say, I don't know, 18 or 19, Logan Paul showed up. He's a wrestler now in the WWE, but you may, just in case you need to know, still a cunt. And I
Very much still a cunt, yes.
thought about all the things I'd seen on the night, and there was one bit where Logan Paul came out, and I'm like, oh, not this cunt. And then he went out and wrestled reasonably decently, and I was like, oh, yes, of course, he's reasonably decent at this stuff. And then he performed a move with somebody else that was just the best thing that happened, and I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. You know how much of a cunt you are, and you know how cool that was, and now I'm going to have to struggle reconciling your cuntitude with that.
As a wrestling fan, I've already been having this struggle because in the confluence of the ultimate cunty things, he had an excellent match for the world title against Roman Reigns. That's
really?
Fine. Roman Reigns is incredible. In a show in Saudi Arabia, a place that I have no love for whatsoever, because of their atrocious human rights record and treatment of women, etc.
Yes.
But he fucking nailed it. And he even did, the classic Shane McMahon, I'm going to stand on the top turnbuckle and then dive across the gap and elbow you through the announce table.
Yes.
He did a move similar to that, but he held his phone like broadcasting on Instagram at the same time as he did that. And it's like the most viewed wrestling video ever of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I hate you because you're a cunt. But yeah, you've really taken to this wrestling thing. And you're actually really fucking good at it. Yeah.
So
and he's got his own podcast. Prick.
Mm-hmm. The bit in question, which I thought, like, this is why I said earlier, I should tell you what bit it is, then we can find the bit, because then it would show you what it is. And maybe another time you can look it up. But basically, it's him and another guy.
It's him and Ricochet.
I was going to say Ricochet.
Who is excellent and not a cunt.
And they kind of climb up to the edge of either end of the ring on the apron. And they stand at each other, looking at each other like, all right, are we going to do this? What are we going to do this? Kind of like looking at each other. And then they kind of have this moment of looking at each other, at which point, simultaneously, they hoik themselves up onto their simultaneously...
They springboard onto the top rope.
Onto the top ropes, and then they jump at each other and clash in the middle. And it is perfectly executed, and it looked phenomenal. And I was like, holy shit, that's the best thing. And then as I watched the rest of it, as I reflected on it the next day, I'm like, oh no, Logan Paul was the best thing I saw. So...
I mean, I'm not going to agree with you on the fact that Logan Paul was the best thing about the Royal Rumble. I don't think that is true. But to even say that he was a highlight of the Rumble is fairly controversial.
It is.
But also a little bit true.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, listen, you got to give credit where credit's due, know?
I do like to give credit where it is due. And he has earned a lot of credit.
Yeah.
If only you could go back in time and uncunt all of the cunty things that he did.
Which is the biggest cunter, Jake or Paul?
I think nowadays it's probably Jake, because he's doubled down on being a massive prick.
I don't even know.
Yeah, and they're both Pauls. You mean Jake or Logan?
Jake or Logan.
That Paul is their surname.
Yeah. That was what was confusing me. But no one has a good podcast. No one listens to podcasts. But yeah, that was anyway. So I know it was super niche because it's a wrestling thing, but it is someone that you know who it is. But yes.
A wider known person known for being a dick.
Bit douchey in general.
Yeah. If you don't know who Logan Paul is, good for you.
Sure plays a meme pim Paul.
I'm just going to move swiftly on from that because I don't really know what to do with it. My controversial opinion.
Yes.
And I don't even know whether mine is controversial or the opposite is controversial, but there's definitely controversy in it.
Yes.
What is it with pricks who keep ketchup in the fridge?
What is it with pricks?
That's not where it goes.
Keeping ketchup?
Ketchup should be stored at room temperature. Nobody wants cold ketchup.
Now,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
So to clarify, Jeremy, where do you keep your ketchup?
In like the condiment holder, like in a restaurant, they've got those condiment holders. I've got one of those things.
I keep mine in the cupboard and or sofa.
Yes, that's fine. Sofa is acceptable.
Dr. Fruitbat says, yes, it is. It says keep refrigerated on the bottle.
It says keep refrigerated on everything.
I've literally no room in my fridge anymore.
You don't actually do what it says on the bottle. That's fool's game.
Who keeps ketchup? Period, says Comdu. Welcome back in, Comdu. You know who keeps ketchup?
I mean, people who like ketchup, probably.
Do you not like ketchup? Ketchup's like the most liked thing ever. I mean, I know it might have gone out on a bit of a leap.
Catsup?
Ketchup. Ketchup is tomato sauce. People love it. Ketchup is shit. It's the shit, Jeremy.
It is. I like a bit of ketchup.
Fuck my life. Mayo all the way.
Yeah, and I suppose this might be another controversial opinion. People who like brown sauce.
Oh, I do actually quite like brown sauce.
No.
I didn't used to, but I do.
No.
I have a story about brown sauce. But can I ask Comdu, I don't know if we clarified where you live, but do you live in Belgium or the Netherlands? Because they bloody love mayo there, and that would track.
Do you like a variety of different things that you put on food? Is Comdu actually short for condiment?
He's got that Comdu attitude. Haha. Northerner. He's a northerner. Wow.
Yeah.
You feel like you should be a gravy kind of guy.
Northerners like brown sauce.
They do.
Yeah.
Brown sauce is lovely. I really like brown sauce, actually. I don't go crazy for it, but...
Yeah, it just ruins the taste of everything.
Ketchup is literally the sauce of all time. It is.
Yeah. Evening, ABG, welcome in. Brown sauce on mash. No, mate. That's gravy.
I'm down. I'm with you, actually. For the first time ever, ABG, I would have that.
Why would you do that?
Brown sauce is cold, tangy gravy.
Except it doesn't taste like gravy.
Gravy or ketchup? Can I ask that? Gravy or ketchup? What would you prefer?
It depends what you're having it on. On mashed potato, the only answer is gravy.
Right.
The only way is gravy.
Maybe we should do a World Cup of sauce?
Hey. World Cup of, sauces or condiments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dorito Sheep. Ketchup, in the cupboard when opened, then fridge when opened. No. In the cupboard when unopened. In the cupboard when opened. You got it a little bit mixed up there.
At all times, ketchup should live in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Or
or on the sofa is also
or on the sofa,
as we discovered.
Which it could be right now, but it isn't because I cleared up. But ketchup has never, in any household I've been in the fridge. No, and I have lived with a variety of people over the years, but not one of them thought that it should go in the fridge.
So, growing up, I was the only person originally that liked tomato ketchup. My parents didn't care for it. When they bought tomato ketchup, it was for me.
Yes.
So therefore, it was kept in the cupboard.
Ketchup.
Then when my brother came along, my younger brother,
yes,
and he started doing ketchup, for some reason, then the ketchup moved into the fridge, and that is where it remained, much to my chagrin. I think my parents will still keep ketchup in the fridge for the limited time that they will need it, because neither of us live at home anymore.
So is it your brother's fault that it moved there? Why did it move there? At what point... See, people make these decisions, these standard operating procedures for their lives all the time. As a valve decision, you then can't go back again. So they've made a decision, and you aren't coming back.
I just don't understand why anybody wants cold ketchup.
No, I can't work that out
Why
either.
do you want to take your invariably hot food that you would need ketchup for and make it cold and teeth hurty?
Teeth hurty.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't... Salad cream goes in the fridge.
Salad cream goes in the bin, sir.
I put my salad cream in the cupboard. No, I don't. I put it in my mouth. I love salad cream. I love salad cream.
It just tastes like puke.
It doesn't.
It does. It just tastes like vomit in a jar.
I don't think it tastes that bad. I think tuna tastes of vomit.
Yes, tuna's wrong too. Yeah, tuna in the bin.
Imagine
salad
tuna
cream
and salad cream for you. Salad cream is great. Salad cream is great. It doesn't need to go in the fridge. You don't need to chill out your salad cream. Just leave it in the cupboard. It's fine.
Bin.
Salad cream Heinz is not in the bin. It's in the fridge.
I feel so strongly about salad cream that it should probably go in the sea.
You don't like coleslaw, do you?
I do not like puke
that's
veg.
another
Say no to puke veg.
Salad cream is vom. Tamsnaki agrees with you.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had salad cream. What is it like, says Fahim?
It tastes like vomit for him.
There you go. What can I say?
Yeah.
Why don't you try it yourself, Fahim? Go and get some. Go and get some from the shop.
So
see with it.
Like wanting of salad cream was my wife Karis at one point that she tried to buy a few like sachets of it because we'd never get through a whole bottle.
Yeah.
Because I don't like it, and if I saw the bottle, I would immediately pick it up and put it in the bin. Obviously. So she tried to buy a few sachets of it on Amazon, but accidentally bought like 500 sachets in a giant box of it. So we had all this fucking salad cream that was due to expire within like 3 months, and there was no way that anybody would ever get through that much salad cream. So we gave like 100 to you.
I got some.
Did you use them?
No.
No,
I couldn't get through it.
Nobody uses that much salad cream.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I do really like it, but trying to read everything that everyone said. Mayo, salad cream in the fridge. Actually, I would put mayo in the...
Mayo needs to go in the fridge because it has egg in it.
Yeah.
There is no ingredient in ketchup that actually requires refrigeration. It's not going to go off because you have left it at room temperature.
Yeah.
It is mostly chemicals.
I don't know why you would...
Preservatives.
Why you would want to refrigerate ketchup. It doesn't need to cool down.
Nope.
You know when people come round and they're like, I got some brewskis, bro, because they're cunts and they talk like that. That's how we talk to each other when I come round. I'm like, got some brewskis. We don't, this is all acting. Like, we talk like that.
Yeah.
So,
it's just like memory is what he's trying to say. This is how he talks to me when he comes round to
that's it, yeah.
to watch the NFL.
And I say, yo, I got some brewskis. And you go, slam them in the fridge, my bro. And I do. Because a cool one needs to cool down. But no one ever came round with some ketchup and went, can I chick this in the... Because some reason I'm from New Zealand all of a sudden. Can I chuck this in the fridge? Because I really need to chill that fucking ketchup down. I don't understand it. I can't work it.
So, I mean, we've got people here that put their ketchup in the fridge. I've got to ask, by way of extension, if you have something like barbecue sauce or sweet chili sauce, do you also put that in the fridge? Other sauces that don't require refrigeration, because very few of them do you also put those in the fridge like massive bellends? Is the question I'm asking.
See, you can't. Fridge everything. No. Why? What? No. I think no. There's no limit.
And no, I'm not resting my eggs for an hour before cooking them to bring them back up to room temp. Why are you keeping eggs in the fridge?
Don't put eggs in the fridge either. Very little needs to go in the fridge.
Stop putting things in the fridge.
Man, free the fridge. I remember a few years ago, Heinz were thinking of renaming their salad cream to sandwich cream. There is sandwich spread.
That's a different thing. Sandwich spread. That's
sandwich
it.
spread.
That's vomit too.
That does look like vomit.
Yeah, because that's even got lumps in it.
Yeah, that's got lumps in it.
Like,
Fuck off sandwich spread. What were you thinking?
A school friend of mine actually had sandwich spread sandwiches. I'm like, I can't be near you. That's wrong.
Some parents are like, what do we put in our sandwiches? We need some spread.
If only there was some kind of cleverly named thing that told us what we would put in a sandwich.
That feels like the mother has sent out the dad to go and buy something. Get some spread.
Get something to put in a sandwich. Some kind of spread.
There you go. It's like, have you seen Piccalilli? Do you know Piccalilli?
I do know Piccalilli.
It's got a very neon yellow looking...
It's just around the corner from Charing Cross.
But and I don't know that I want that in my sandwich.
No, it's very bricky for a start.
Yeah, with a big fucking roundabout. Yeah. What is sandwich spread? I don't know, but I think it is vomit. And what the fuck is the point of Piccalilli? Like, I tell you what.
Piccalilli's like a pickled kind of gherkiny mustard type thing, isn't it?
Oh my god, that sounds lovely. Shit, have I been misjudging Piccalilli?
I think you might have been. It doesn't appeal to me, but I think it seems very much like all up your street.
Have I been misjudging Piccalilli all these years? Piccalilli is okay. Never eat anything luminous. It's like lemon curd. Just sounds...
Don't eat anything lemon. Ugh. Lemon is for cleaning products. It's not for consumption.
Jez has some very clear ideas about life.
I do. Yeah.
And that is one of the
That's pretty much why we started this show, is because
Yeah.
I kept saying stupid fucking things and they needed to be documented.
Lemon is for cleaning products.
And not even then, actually. Just don't bother.
Lemon is
for New York sours, and that's it.
I was going to say lemon for me is for martinis. Life gives you lemons, put them in a martini.
Put them in the bin. If life gives you lemons, you send that shit back and get store credit.
Yes. So to conclude, and I think there's been... Listen, this controversial ketchup-related opinion has split people.
I knew it would be controversial.
Because Dr. Fruitbat would put his ketchup in the fridge, and so would Tamsin.
And yeah...
But I wouldn't, neither would Aletha.
We did miss Dr. Fruitbat said just likes cold sauce, so would put other things in there as well. You madman.
There you go. His desire is
Maybe I don't want to come to your flat after all.
We should go round there and we should do
Throw his salad cream in the bin.
a segment where we just look through his fridge. We should do. Who would put stuff in a fridge like this? A bit like Lloyd Grossman through the keyhole, through the fridge hole.
Who puts sauce in a fridge like this?
Join us next week on this segment in DGMS. Where every week we film people's fridges and we show them.
Join us next week on Why the Fuck Have These Cunts Locked Their Fridge?
Fridge Watch
They knew Jez
with
was
Alex and
coming.
Jez.
But seriously, honest to God, if I'm in your house and I see salad cream, I don't care who you are, I don't care how long we've known each other, it's going in the bin.
I'm gonna test that shit. There isn't any in there, but I do like it. Is this all an elaborate ploy to raid my fridge? It's not even elaborate.
We're putting it all out there.
Do you know, I was once going out with this girl and she said that one of her friends, she said an ex of hers used to put chocolate in their family, would put chocolate in the vegetable crisper. So she said, what's this? We were around at her place and she said, what's this bit for, Alex?
I was going to say, can I just ask a question as someone that doesn't eat vegetables?
Yes.
Is there a specific function of the vegetable crisper that actually makes things more crispy, or is it just another part of the fridge?
It is a drawer for the vegetables, and it's called the vegetable crisper, and I say it's called that because that's what other people have said.
But it doesn't specifically do anything.
It has no...
putting your lettuce in there does not make it crispier than putting it on the top shelf.
It's my understanding that it does not. It's just, they've just given you that drawer for it so you know where to put it.
Okay, I just needed
But you could just put it on the shelf.
I just needed that information. Thank you very much.
But as a result, when I started going out with her, she said that her ex... She said, what do you use this for? Pointing to the vegetable drawer. And it's got little tomatoes and peppers on the front of it. And I said, that's the vegetable crisper. I put vegetables in there. She's like, so you wouldn't put chocolate in there? And I said, no. And she said, my ex and his family puts chocolate in there to cool the chocolate down. What kind of mentalist puts chocolate in the fridge? Exactly, right?
I mean, you put chocolate in the fridge in the summer because, especially the summer we had last year, because otherwise it'll just be a molten mess.
That would make a lot of sense. But in general terms, like now, you would know. But but I've never seen, or maybe I'm misremembering, there was like a fridge pack. Get your Yorkies in the fridge. But anyway, fucking Yorkies in the fridge will fucking break your teeth. At any rate, she was like, yeah, his entire family was like, oh, did you want some chocolate because we put it in the fridge? And it's like, what? And then...
That's not what those drawers are for.
And then when she was going out with me, when she was going out with me one time, she hadn't been round to the place before.
I think that's you drinking.
And...
this has segued into a
Oh, I'm well aware of it. I'm going to push through it
ex.
and then we'll come back to that because I can't... Otherwise, you break up the thing too much. But not you, but one. But like, she came round to my house and... I had removed all the vegetables from the crisper and put them in other places. And I filled up the entire drawer with a variety of double-deckers and whispers and topics and all manner of shit. Just it's all in there. And then she was like, can I get myself a drink? Yeah. I said, by the way, if you want to get a drink or something, I said, just get one out of the fridge. And she opened it up and she was like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I told you the Cokes are at the top or something like that. She's like, no, not that. I mean the vegetable crisper. And then she kind of had forgotten / didn't want to remember that we'd had this conversation. She's like, what's all this? I said, that's the chocolate drawer. Everyone has a chocolate drawer. That's what her ex had called it. That's the chocolate drawer. So I said, that's the chocolate drawer. Everyone has a chocolate drawer. You have one of those, don't you? She's like, no. Why would you? I thought you... blip, blip, blip. She had a
stroke right there.
She had an arrow right there.
And off she went.
I know.
Never to
So
be seen
like...
again. Now, one drawer is for meat, and the other is for cheese. That's what those are for.
Okay. I normally put my meat like on the shelf.
You shouldn't do that because it drips. Should be the lowest thing in the fridge.
Well, I say on the well, I mean, it's the bit above the vegetable crisper. I'll show you in a bit.
You like bloody vegetables.
I do like bloody veg.
Bloody vegetables.
Bloody love veg. Well, it doesn't bleed out of it. It's in a packet, so it's sealed in its packet. That's why it doesn't matter where it goes.
Arf.
So, and if it's not in there as a packet, it's in it. It's taken directly to the food preparation area to wind the fuck out of Aletha.
To not be touched by human hands.
Correct.
In this kitchen. Yes. Shouldn't it be the meat crisper then?
The meat crisper.
You are preaching to the choir, Dr. Fruitbat. Maybe you should write a letter. I'll co-sign it. you do all the work, and I'll just co-sign it.
My shelves are solid too. I mean,
And shouldn't the veg go at the top where it's slightly warmer? Well, I would hope that no part of my fridge is slightly warmer. That's kind of the function of it.
I mean, by definition, I suppose it might be warmer in some places than others.
It is probably colder nearer the freezer a bit, I guess. I don't really know, but oh, hang on a minute.
Yes.
I thought it was a drawer for crisps. You're not seriously putting crisps in the fridge, are you, Tamsin?
She puts everything in the fridge.
Fucking hell. I think Tamsin is definitely a person who needs her salad cream thrown in the bin.
Keris is here. I've now been googling veg crispers. It's colder at the back, and also there's an
colder at the back, I suppose.
The way I see a fridge, and we've got I still have a small one because that's not a lot of space, and we've got a slightly bigger small one. But at the bottom,
slightly bigger small one is what all the ladies are asking for.
Honestly, when I'm in Houston, that's what I'll be leading with. Don't worry, ladies, I've got a slightly bigger small one, and the bottom of the fridge has one big long bit for veg. You tuck it underneath the bottom drawer, and then there's another drawer, and then a top drawer. So top shelf. My meat goes on on the bottom shelf. The stuff goes in there, and everything else I find just gets put on a shelf somewhere. I don't really have very much in the way of a plan, Jeremy.
It doesn't sound like you have a plan, no.
But Aletha wants the meat
I
at
would
the very
not
lowest.
have accused you at this stage of having a plan.
A fridge plan.
Or any kind of plan, fridge or otherwise.
I mean, I have a goal planner, so I do plan almost everything else, but the fridge is... I didn't start this year going, do you know
Empty
what?
book.
I need to organise my fridge. It didn't go on the list.
Warm air rises. Actually, I think you will find that cold air drops, forcing the warm air up, and that warm air rising is not actually scientifically accurate.
We are scientists as well.
Dr. Fruitbat.
Citation, us.
Yeah. Grambo has a whole fridge diagram, does he?
The instructions that came with the fridge back me up. I didn't even read the instructions beyond how to put the door handle on. But I'm with you. We can put the meat at the bottom. I don't give a fuck where I put the meat, really. If it's in the package, it's not going to come out anyway, so it doesn't matter where it is.
I obviously buy fresher meat than you. From the butchers.
Yeah. I mean, if it was open to the world, then I wouldn't let it drip on anything. But
yeah.
I have a tub of coffee in the fridge. Is that okay?
No.
Yes.
No. What?
I was going to say no, but then I read that fresh ground coffee stays better in the fridge. That said, I keep mine by the thing, so I don't follow those rules. So,
well, maybe it does. If it has a chance to sweat, it probably sticks together and turns into a massive lump. So,
according to facts that I learned, citation needed, that ground coffee is better. It stays fresher in the fridge, so yes, you should.
I don't think that's true, because the clue is in the name. Ground coffee will stay fresher on the ground.
Well, I tried that and I just kept kicking it around the place. But as it is, I don't do that. Mine is next to my coffee machine, next to the Sage Bambino. So,
hey, Sage Bambino.
But I drink it pretty fast, so it doesn't really make a difference. Maybe I should try and store it in the fridge. I never really thought about it. Listen, put your money where your mouth is. Stick it in the fridge. I suppose I should, really.
Yeah, take your ketchup out and put the coffee beans in there. It goes in the bottom in the crisper. You want crisper coffee. That is true. You'd like some bite to it.
I would do that. The stepdad Zanaki told me to keep his coffee in the fridge. I think that's a thing. I
would accept that imminently more than ketchup and other condiments in the fridge.
What goes in the fridge with Alex and Jez? We'll look in someone's fridge today. What goes in your fridge? And then what we do is that bit where, in Gordon Ramsay's kitchen nightmares, where he goes to people's restaurants and they're totally shit, and then he tells,
come on,
this is fucking raw.
It's fucking raw.
Come on, there's fucking pigeons in here. What are you doing? This went out of date 3 years ago. Right, so we do that, but for fridges.
Yep.
And all we do is we go to someone's house and we sort out their fridges. So it's a bit like that, and those houses where they take these cleaning people in and they clean the house. And
yeah.
Like Angie and Bob or whatever, Angie and whoever. Yes. But we're like that for fridges.
Someone and Aggie, is it?
Yeah.
Sue and Aggie.
And then we just do fridges. We don't. If they ask us to tidy
Kim
anything
and Aggie,
else,
thank you.
Only fridges.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Andy.
I knew there was an sound in there somewhere. Yeah. Fridge raiders. Yeah.
Are we outside your fridge right now?
Yeah, we're not going to announce in advance whose fridge it is.
We're gonna.
Yeah, I like it.
How shit is your fridge?
How shit is your fridge?
Is your fridge?
How shit is your fridge?
I really need to know.
Writes itself. Shall we move on?
Oh, I don't want to. I just want to keep thinking up things for like who would live in a fridge like this. It should be sponsored by whoever the refrigerator was, William the Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah, to keep our fans in Chicago happy.
Yeah, right? Can you imagine that? We break that fucking shit up. Me, you, and William the Refrigerator. Is he alive?
I do believe he's still alive.
We'll go into his fridge.
We'll start there.
We'll start at his fridge. We'll say, he'll have one of those big American-style fridges with like a kind of cooler on the front.
An ice machine on the front and all that kind of shit.
Oh my God, we got to go around to... Did I get his name right? I think I might have got William Perry.
William is right, yeah. William the Refrigerator Perry.
We'll go around to Will Perry's
The only
house.
thing I'm questioning is his living status.
Is he alive or the kind of house he has?
His being alive.
Oh, wait. Let's ask Siri. Hey, Siri, is William the Refrigerator Perry still alive?
William Perry was born December 16th, 1962, and is 60 years old.
Oh, he's very much still alive. Thank you very much.
Confirmed.
Alive.
Right. Fridge. We're coming for your fridge.
When we do our tour, starting in Chicago, we're going to do Who Would Live in a Fridge Like That, or whatever we're going to call it.
Who would live in a fridge like that? That's a whole different thing.
Who would... Fridge rate, we'll work on it. How shit is your fridge is probably the best.
How shit is your fridge? Welcome in, Fresh Cope. I think you already said that, but
Fresh!
I want to welcome you myself, don't I?
I'd love to look into Andy's fridge. Andy, what's in your fridge right now?
Better not be fucking ketchup.
Just tell... Do you keep ketchup in your fridge, Andy? You'll have a tour that's coming up to you. We don't yet. We were saying that 71% of our TikTok viewers come from America. So we want to capitalize on that. And you could be one of those people too. Welcome in, Hannah. I did miss you. I can't speak for Jez.
Although your tardiness has been noted.
A bunch of beer, says Andy. And yes, I keep ketchup in the fridge. Why? Just put it in a cupboard. Mind you, where he lives, it's a lot hotter. Maybe it would get too liquidy. There's no reason.
You got cool cupboards, surely. I don't know.
That's called a fridge.
I'm working, Bish. All right. Put us on in the background and say hello within the first 2 minutes. Hannah.
Can we do a segment where someone's fridge gets posted? We have to... I tell you what, we should do that. If you want to be part of the segment where we guess whose fridge it is, and it's one of you guys, take a picture of your fridge
and DM it to one of us.
Send it to us. Just take a picture of your fridge and send it to us.
Yeah.
And next week, we'll do a segment called Whose Fridge Is It Anyway?
Yeah, we'll also want you to record a video doing a tour of your fridge.
Yeah.
And then we'll commentate on it. I think this is gold.
I think it's gold.
I think we need to do that. Somebody please buy into this. Send us a photo of your fridge and then follow it a day or so later with a video tour of the fridge.
Of your fridge and what you do and what you think about it. And you can be as candid as you like and as sweary as you fucking want.
Yeah. Yeah. Make it so.
It's supposed to... Fresh Cope. It's supposed to be served cold. No, that's revenge, isn't it?
That is revenge.
Yeah.
And gah. And that's warm as well.
Listen, revenge should be in the fridge. If I look into someone's fridge and I find revenge, that would make a lot of sense. I feel like it gets all watered down if hot. Well, I don't think it loses any of its viscosity.
It does not. No.
It's viscosity.
Well, your education today begins, Fresh Cope, with take that shit out of the fridge right the fuck now.
Listen.
And if you have any salad cream, don't think you do. It's a British thing. Throw it in the bin.
Throw it on the ground.
Okay. So I think that's a nice way to segue neatly from people who have fucked up by putting their ketchup into the fridge.
Like Andy.
By people who have fucked up far less egregiously, frankly.
Yes.
People who've fucked up mildly compared to putting your ketchup in the fridge.
Yes.
In the segment we like to call Today I Fucked Up.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew he fucked up.
Welcome into this segment we love, Today I Fucked Up, where we look on the internet for people who have fucked up in a multitude of ways. Real and unreal. That sounded more.
Real and imagined.
And imagined
written
in their
on
brain.
Reddit for the lols.
Fictional. And I welcome them all in, but we like them both, but we like to call them out on being fake as well, which is fun. Fake! So we've got a couple here. We've got a couple. I don't know which one you want to go for first. You know which one I've got because you.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Oh yeah, because we
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, so, follow along with us and decide how big a fuck up this is. How does it compare to putting ketchup in the fridge? That's the question.
That's the watermark, the benchmark rather.
Today I fucked up by rating my own orgasm. This is going to be good.
God knows we've all done it.
So I've been trying to take better stock of my life and mental health lately.
Mm-hmm.
And one idea I had was to start journaling, but with a specific intention in mind. I would divide up my life into categories such as work, mental health, physical health, social life, etc.
Good idea.
And I would give them a score out of 10. The plan was to see if I noticed any trends, like days where I felt particularly good or bad. Were there any consistent high or low scores?
That's a really good idea.
I became quite methodical about the process and always considered new categories. It was when I commenced a solo trip to Pleasure Town, about 3 weeks ago, that an insidious thought entered my mind.
A solo sex act on the slipway.
Hey, why don't you rate your own orgasm out of 10 when it happens? A thought that's crossed all our minds, obviously. I considered it for about a minute, still tugging away, then thought, nah, that's too weird, bro. He refers to himself as bro.
He's talking to himself in the...
In the bro person.
Yeah.
What will the good people of Reddit think of me then? And then I stopped thinking about it. Except that I didn't. Seconds before I started to orgasm, I couldn't help but give it a number. Oh, this is feeling like it's going to be an 8. Definitely an 8. Well, actually, more like a 5, to be honest. It's quite a disparity.
That's a drop. What, a 5 on jizz? It became a 5.
No, still pre-jizz.
Oh, pre-jizz.
Still pre-jizz. Still in the tugging phase.
Oh
Perhaps
my
more
God.
violently tugging as we reach this part.
He's overthinking it. That's the problem.
Overthinking during arguably the most crucial part of a male's masturbatory session had led me to ruining my own orgasm. Turns out, maths is not the biggest aphrodisiac.
Mathrodisiac.
But it was fine. Life goes on, all of that. And then I stopped thinking about it. Except that I didn't. 2 days later, when I was shaking hands with the milkman, which is by far the best euphemism for having a wank I've ever heard in my life.
With the milkman.
I got to orgasm, and then my brain kicked in. It's going to be a 7.5 for sure, bro.
A 7.5.
7.5 for sure, bro. Bro, dude, bro,
Dude.
bro. It was a 5 tops. And that's been the trend. Literally every single time that I've entered hand-to-gland combat. Okay, I take it back. That is the best.
Hand to gland?
Basically, he had all of these phrases for masturbating and then created a story around
Yes.
it.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he just wanted to say...
And normally that would piss me off.
bashing the bishop.
But I'm all for it. Every single time I've entered hand-to-gland combat and about to be declared the victor, my nerdy-ass brain ruins the ceremony. Literally every single time. TLDR, temporarily considered the idea of giving my orgasm a score out of 10. Now I can't stop doing it, and it's making me ruin every orgasm I have.
So he thinks about it so hard that
That it's no longer hard.
it's no longer pleasurable. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That is vomit-inducing.
It is the salad cream of Tifus.
Yeah, it was impressively written. What colour should my orgasm-rated journal be? Says Aletha.
Well, it probably depends on the intensity of your orgasms. You know,
Yes.
can be anything from blue for a crap one to red for a good one, I would say.
think red is
on
the-
the spectrum. I think red is the colour of intensity.
Yes, that's true. Sounds quite aggressive, though. If I had a red wank, I'd be really worried about it. I would think I'd done myself some damage.
Probably a good one, to be honest.
I'm stoked to find out when y'all coming to Houston. Hopefully the venue has beer. Well, we're saying
Is
that...
there anywhere in Houston that doesn't have beer?
I mean,
Surely everywhere's got beer in Houston. It's fucking boiling. Gotta have cold beer.
Yes, I was going to say. Well, it says Houston. 23% of our TikTok followers are from Houston. So
That's quite a lot.
it is. That's almost a quarter entirely.
Yeah. How many people live in Houston? I wonder what percentage of Houston watch our shit.
Yeah. Well, 23%.
I mean, it's going to be a low number, but still, like,
Yeah, I mean, can you work it out?
statistically relevant.
Because 23% of our viewers on TikTok come from Houston, but I don't know how big Houston is. Yeah. Hey,
So that's like 200 people, isn't it?
yeah. Hey Siri, how many people live in Houston?
As of 2020, the population of Houston was 2,304,580.
So a very low percentage then, because 200 of 2 million-ish is very low.
Do you know what? I don't think the word has got out as much as I want quite yet.
No. People of Houston, do your best. Go out into the street and spread the word of the good pricks.
The good pricks. That would be a new name for the whole podcast. The good pricks. Right, where the fuck were we?
You were about to read your Tifu, because I don't think that one requires much commentary.
I don't want to talk about wanks we've done here. I mean, actually, when you think about it, rating things in a journal, rating your day, that's a really good idea, I think. Or rating.
It just adds a whole other level of effort to my day that I don't have time for. I've already done the thing. I don't need to rate it.
I think it would be hard to at work. When I used to work at breaks, they used to do a thing where they get us to do like a temperature check out of 10, which isn't really how temperature works, but anyway, they were going to check how happy we were at work, basically. How are you feeling this week? And then it would go around the table and everyone would say out of 10 how they felt about work. And I knew that I should not say anything under like 7, or I was going to get questioned.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to have to go and talk about your feelings, and nobody can be fucking asked with that at
Well,
work.
there and then, my boss was probably going to ask, like, my colleague, Chris.
Like 6? Oh, what's wrong?
Right, so he said 4. He said, oh, I'm feeling 4.
Fucking hell, Chris, why don't you just kill yourself then, prick?
And he said, and then they went, oh, well, why is it 4? What's happening at work? What's happening in our team? What's the team doing wrong? And they had to sit there for 20 minutes explaining himself. And I was next up after Chris. And they said, Alex, how are you feeling? And I said, 10. And they went, okay, Jill, how are you feeling like
Nice.
that? And I'm like, now, what have we learned? Just fucking say 10.
Yeah, but the people who actually answer honestly to that kind of question are the same people who ask questions in meetings and drag them out.
Fuck me.
Like, just do the minimum and get the fuck out of there. That's how work works.
Yeah. But, so in that, I mean, I've done, obviously, the whole goal planning, blah, blah, blah. And they ask you, like, how are you feeling about all these various segments at the beginning of the year? And then maybe partway through the year, you have a look at it, or you could track it month on month. Day on day.
Speaking of temperature, though, by the way,
I never wank on wank.
my mind is still blown by Will's secret working out the Fahrenheit to Celsius formula.
Oh,
I
really?
haven't stopped thinking about it for
What
the
was
last
that?
fortnight.
Add 30 and whatever. I can't remember what. Double it and add 30?
Double it and add 10.
Double it and add 10.
Yeah. Was that it?
Yeah, so what is
I
it?
can't stop thinking about it, but I've already forgotten it. It was in my head, and now in this moment, I've lost it.
Oh, are these two? Have we got
Double
two?
it and add 30. You were right.
Is that a second one?
They are linked.
Oh, they're linked.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
You must read them both.
I will commence fuck up. Today I fucked up by showing the Amazon driver my tits.
I mean, it's not a fuck up from his point of view. let me say.
Listen, this is happening. This really did happen today. Last day of my holiday vacation from work, and husband and I had taken our dogs hiking.
My husband and I.
Fucking hiking. Who goes hiking? Stop doing bullshit. Oh my
Get
God.
lost too.
Husband ran to the convenience store after dropping me and the dogs home. I went to start a load of laundry to make sure it was all done before going back to work. Around the corner from our washer and dryer is a side entrance to our house, which my husband and I use, but normally deliveries come to the front door. Do your deliveries not come to the servants' entrance? This side door has a big window on the top half, and it has blinds, but they were up this afternoon. I was wearing my favorite winter long sleeve yoga shirt and sports bra combo. That is long and specific.
Very specific.
For the hike that I knew I'd want to wear again, like probably tomorrow after work. So I took it off and tossed it in the laundry load because I was going straight to the bedroom to put on jammies after starting the load. I heard a car drive up that sounded like ours. Hark, the merry sound of our own car. And footsteps. Dogs are more tired than usual from hiking today, I guess, because they weren't barking as if a stranger were approaching. I had something totally mundane to tell my husband that I didn't want to forget, so I immediately popped around the corner towards the door to tell him. I was about to open the door for him when I locked eyes for a terrifying second with the Amazon guy carrying a box to the door.
Now, to be clear, is this like a delivery person from like Amazon.com, or is it a person from the Amazon
Who lives
wearing
in the rainforest.
wearing a loincloth and carrying a spear? I assume that's what they do. I've never been to the Amazon.
Well, not Liz. It's not Swallows and Amazons. The book, I don't think. I think it's an Amazon.
The swallows and Amazon comes later in this story.
Fresh coat. I love tits and wanking. Lol.
That was a response to James's question. Why must everything include tits or wanking?
What I have to say is I like the fact that I read Andy's comment like out of context. It's just like, thanks for sharing. I like tits and wanking.
I mean, who doesn't?
I like it best
Andy?
when they go together.
Right. Yeah.
When I'm seeing the tits and doing the wanking.
One usually leads to the other.
You better believe it. When I locked eyes for a terrifying second with the Amazon guy carrying a box to the door, I popped back around the corner out of sight, lightning fast, and stood there frozen in horror for a long, terrible minute.
Let me assure you that his eyes did not meet yours.
At that point, I thought it would have been better to wrap one of the towels that were folded on top of the dryer around my top half and yell something funny at him to try and dispel a little of the awkwardness. But by the time the shock wore off, he was down the road. It was our regular delivery guy, and I'll be hiding from him for the rest of my life. If you're reading this, Amazon guy, I'm either sorry or you're welcome. Happy New Year. TLDR accidentally went running topless to greet an Amazon delivery driver and now must live with the shame.
Shame is a strong word, but yes.
And there's this second bit, yeah?
Yes.
I mean, by the way, I don't believe any... Is this a thing that... I mean, I frequently don't wear jeans, although I'm wearing them now. When I am in the house on my own, I never wear them because jeans and denim are kind of annoying to wear.
Yeah, no, I don't wear jeans around the house.
So if you can imagine, just me, and probably not wearing this.
I mean, I tend to wear something else.
Yeah.
But sometimes not. I see what you're saying.
But there are times when I haven't found anything to go to the door with because I'm like, shit, someone's knocking the door I didn't expect. It's a delivery driver. I better go to the door. And I've tried to lean round so as not to...
That happens far too often for me. Because you know when delivery drivers always come?
I don't know when.
As I have to put one foot into the shower. Invariably, 1 foot in the shower, and it's... I'm like, oh, motherfucker, this again. And so I put my dressing gown on, but I'm not sure how sufficient it is.
Surely Margaret usually answers the door for you, though. She's never near the door. She's always in a different part of Borton Towers. So.
It's a long way to the door,
It is.
wherever you are in Borton Towers.
Tifu not recognizing a real-life delivery driver porno situation.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Today I fucked up. Addendum. Addendum to the Part 1 update. Not recognizing a real-life delivery driver porno situation. I've been delivering for Amazon for a while. I love it. And now there's this attractive woman on my route. I visit her house so frequently that her dogs don't even bark at me anymore when I approach.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love it.
Non-barky dogs. It's the only good type of
The
dog.
only good type of dog. Recently, I was making a delivery to her house again, looking forward to seeing her, and she answers the door topless. She has a gorgeous body. I think she hikes and does yoga.
It's very specific.
Yes.
Not at all stalkery stalker.
I think she hikes, by which I mean I watched her hike, followed her home from the hike, and went to her door. I was so surprised. I just tried my best not to look. because I didn't want to seem like a pervert.
Whatever, mate. That ship sailed.
I got back in my truck, and as I started driving away, I realised she was probably coming on to me. Yeah, that's right. All women are always coming on to men all the time. What's your name? Alex Borton. And I was just too stupid to see the signs. You're too stupid to see something.
Who are they? 70% of Chicago.
Chicago. I was just too stupid to see the signs and just walked away. She has always been friendly towards me. I hope she doesn't feel rejected because I was too shocked and stupid at the time to realise what was going on. What's going on? Bullshit. What I like to think here is they've done a bit of a fake 2-for-1 kind of deal. That like they said, how about we post one and then we post one from the Amazon
other perspective.
So, or either the first one's real, and then the second
Somebody just got creative.
Yeah, another person who is unconnected to this. We could be that person. We could keep finding anything and write the counterpoint.
Yes.
Right?
We could make a creative writing competition out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love a creative writing competition?
They're too busy filming their fridge. Get on that. There'll be a prize.
Seriously, somebody has to provide us this content for next week.
Yes.
Photo of the fridge, tour of the fridge.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Reminds me of that story where the guy is dropping money off that he borrowed from his friend, and the friend's wife answered the door in nothing but a towel. Yeah. I mean, people like posties must think that I'm propositioning them all the time. Answering them seductively in my dressing gown with one wet leg.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the one wet leg that does it.
I only got that far in, Mr. Postman. Have you all heard that story? What?
No, I've not heard that story.
The guy's dropping money off that he borrowed, and the friend's wife answered the door wearing nothing but a towel. So then how does it go? Does he then go, well, hello, I came to drop round this money for your husband. Is he in? Why, no, he's not in. It's just me and this towel. You can put it over there. Is that how it goes? Because I hope so.
Was this story on Pornhub? Is that where you got it from?
An anonymous tour of the fridge or with commentary?
This is a good question.
Yes, because
I feel like we should have a commentary less one because we will provide the commentary.
Well, I like the idea that, say it's Tamsin's fridge. I'd like her to kind of say, well, you know, there's some ketchup because go fuck yourselves. I'll put what I want in the fridge. And that would be kind of funny. Except I've said that now, so you can't say that. You can say that. That's exactly what you say. But like, maybe people have to guess. I don't know.
You can provide commentary because we can just mute the video on first play and then play it with commentary the second time.
Yeah.
So yes,
yeah.
provide commentary.
Provide commentary.
And we will choose to ignore it if we like. Yes.
Yeah. We'll do all of these things. Yeah. That was exactly what I was going to say. Of course.
You've got to find some new material now, haven't
We
you?
may not agree on food, but we do agree on words.
But not necessarily know how to use them.
Me fell English?
That's impossible. Do you want to go here? Don't know if you can see the mouse waving.
Do you know what? It'd be good to have a me fail English, that's impossible button, I think. Then you can hit that whenever.
Okay, write it down. I'll make it so. Should we go here to the blue button?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then introduce it.
Yes. This is a segment that we call Get in the Sea.
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you'd love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
Just before, I have to read Andy's bit of the story. He tells the wife, drop the towel right now and I'll give you $200. She does it and takes the money and the friend walks away. She closes the door and the husband asks, who was at the door? And she says, it was your friend Tom. And the husband then says, oh, he was bringing my $200. Hand it over. Fucking hell.
Yeah. I think that's the only reasonable response, really.
It seems quite a contrived story as to make me think it's not true. Not that you are lying, but that the original story is untrue. because it's quite clever. It's like he's come round to bring money. Like, who comes round specifically, sets out and goes, if I owed you money,
Today's the day
Right?
that I return the money.
that's why I think it's fake. Because if I owed you $200, I'd just send it to you on PayPal or some shit. So that's what would happen. But if I really, really, really had to give you in cold hard cash, it's unlikely I'd make a trip round. I just
No, you
couldn't-
just wait until the next time
wait
that
till
we
I saw
each
you.
other.
So
Yeah.
that's why. But the story hinges on that being the case,
The
and that's
premise.
less than credible as a premise, which means that then he could drop the towel, which is not something a best friend would say. And the whole thing is obviously nonsense, is what I'm saying. I have managed to show you how but it's a good story, though. It's a fun story. No part of it is true.
Right. C. Get in the sea is a segment in which we put things in the sea, usually things that are fucking us off. Do you have anything fucking you off this week?
Do you know what? I didn't, but I do, because I was just like, I don't even know whether it's seaworthy. But I watched someone at work do this, and I just thought, what? No, you can't do that. Don't do that. What the fuck? Tamsin almost certainly does do this.
Right.
Because it's food-based, and she always does food things wrong. So what I've got to put in the sea is people who eat fruit wrong. Jeremy. People who eat fruit wrong.
Do they
Yes,
put their bananas in the fridge?
they do.
That is wrong.
100%. That's what they do. They put it in the fridge and then they open it sideways like a book. They take their banana and
They
they
don't
put,
even open it. They just take it like that.
Yeah. They take their banana and eat it straight in the middle, so it's got like a chunk like that. Who does this sort of thing? That wasn't it. But I wish it
Okay,
was.
so
I
what
wish
do
it
you
was.
actually mean? How does 1,
Yes.
2, 3 eat fruit wrong?
Just reading. So I watched my friend, who, for the sake of this, we'll call Adam.
Because that's his name.
Correct. And he took a pear, and he was holding a
A
pear
pair of what?
of binoculars.
Excellent.
I thought he'll never eat
My
those,
favourite fruit.
but he did. He took a pear, an actual pair of compasses. Anyway, he took the fruit known as the pear, and he held it in his hand. And you know what a pear looks like, everybody, right? It's like tapers towards the top where there's a little stalk. And he ate it from the top like this.
With the stalk still on.
Yes. He ate it, stalk end first, including stalk. Does that make sense?
Were you sure that he actually chewed and swallowed the top section?
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Because when I eat a pear, I will put that top section in my mouth first. I will bite off the stalk and the top bit, and then I will spit out
See,
the
that would
the
make
pear
sense.
because nobody wants to eat that bit.
But he just really went for it. So he just went, he stood there and he was like, yeah, so the thing about it, and he chewed and chewed and chewed. And then he went, the thing is that, and now he's got a big top bit missing. And I was just like standing there like, the fuck? Now, one time when I was watching, I think it was the 2001 WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 17, the best WrestleMania of all time.
When Hulk Hogan took on The Rock.
That was not WrestleMania 17. That was WrestleMania 2002, WrestleMania 18.
Oh, wow. So I was almost, so
You were a year off.
Yes.
From
The reason
Toronto,
I was-
Canada.
Toronto, Canada. The reason I remember it was in that sort of area is because that's when I lived in that house with Duncan. And Duncan that night, on hearing that someone once had eaten an entire bargain bucket, including all the bones and the bargain bits of cardboard and spork, he said, that's ridiculous. And I think he went on to try and eat the entire thing, but thought it was ridiculous. So he went on a different tack and said, you know what, I'll eat the entire of the spork. So then he sat there and ate a fucking spork because he's a fucking spork. And just as Adam just put his mouth around and just took a big chomp out of it, the same hubris flowed from him, just like the night with WrestleMania 18.
Do you think he was doing it for the reaction?
That was the highlight of WrestleMania 18 for me.
That was a good show.
Yeah, of the spork, that is. Do I think that Adam was doing it for a reaction?
Yes.
100%. 100%. Right? And then he went on to eat. Once he'd taken a second bite, he reeled me in. And I said, Adam, what on God's green earth are you doing? And he said, I'm eating a pear. I said, but nobody eats it from the top. He said, yeah, you do. And I'm like, oh, I've been sucked in. I've been sucked in by the pear cunt. So what I'm saying is there is a right way. You eat it like this. I don't get it.
You eat the pear bit, not the stalk bit. It seems fairly obvious.
But I have seen a person eat an entire apple, including core.
I was going to say
that is a thing I've seen.
That was my next question. How do you feel about people who also eat the apple core?
They're fucking savages,
They
Jeremy.
are fucking savages. I'm glad we agree on
What the fuck
this.
is wrong with you?
What the fuck is going on there?
You can have other food in you are not so starved for food that you need to eat the pips at the very core with the hard bit. Just eat the nice fleshy bit and throw it away and have a second apple. If you're the kind of person that needs one whole apple and you need to eat it from top to bottom, just eat 2 apples.
Yeah. You know that saying, like, money doesn't grow on trees? Well, apples fucking do. You can have another one.
It is messed up, Dr. Fruitbat. The whole thing's messed up. You open it from the non-stalk end. That's how monkeys... That is true. That is true. That is true. Going back to bananas.
Bananas, yes, yeah.
I know a guy that eats whole limes. Fresh Cope says. He met him... he met the guy that eats the whole limes down at Pueblo-Itaville, probably. That sounds like a Captain Brilliant thing. It wasn't. Unbelievably, Captain Brilliant has never done any of these things.
Is it fair to say that Duncan was a tad bit more Captain Brilliant-ish in his youth? A bit more reckless and
he
off
was
the wall.
more reckless, but I have to say, Duncan, even in his youth, could only hope to reach about 20%, i.e. the population of Chicago that loves us, of what Captain Brilliant might achieve. And I think he did not do the bones, although I did know a guy who, it was an apocryphal tale, I heard it from someone else, someone said they'd eaten the entire KFC
You
bucket
can't
bones
eat
and
the
all.
bones, man.
This
that
guy
sounds like destroying your insides.
This guy is the kind. He used to be his ex-army, and he wanted to do, and apparently he was just like ex-army doing stupid fucking shithousery, and he ate all the bones. I was not there to see it. Duncan did not eat all the bones. Duncan ate a spork.
It's probably worse.
I mean, I used to eat the entire apple. No, you didn't, Tamsin. Nobody does.
Tamsin, you're outing yourself as a fucking savage tonight. Stop
It's
it.
unbelievable, Tamsin. I love you,
Like,
but what the fuck?
Stop it right now. Go and take your ketchup out of the fridge. Don't eat apples like a prick. What else has she done? Go and eat some pineapple on pizza. Eat some beans. What else does she do that's wrong?
I don't
She's
eat
calling out Tamsin now.
I don't eat vegetables. Don't eat vegetables, Andy? What the fuck? What are you doing? Just eating meat all day long?
I don't eat vegetables either.
Meat and pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, okay, that kind of sounds like, I mean, it kind of sounds like you have no vegetables. You may have a bit of vegetables with your plate. What do you have on what's a meal?
I mean, I have like root vegetables, but nothing green. Nothing that grows above ground. It all tastes like shit.
Do you fire the pips at the postman? Comdo, fucking amazing.
It's a much better idea than eating them. Yeah.
Just spit them out. Just spit them out. Meat and potatoes.
Yep, see, a nice below ground vegetable.
A good Dutch meal.
I don't care what any of you think. Well, Tamsin, you're going to hear what we think anyway.
You'll
That's
take
how
our
this show
advice and you'll
works.
fucking like it.
Yeah, now go and get that fucking ketchup out the fridge this instant.
If I were eating an apple out of the house, or out of the fridge probably, I would eat the whole thing. But if at home, I would cut it up and remove the pips. Why would you eat it out? This is how I eat an apple, right? I eat round it, until I've got like the classic comic book looking thing, until I've got the core all bitten. Then I take that and I throw it in the bin. There's no requirement. You don't have to finish it. It's not like when you have to finish everything on your plate because your parents said so. You better eat the entire of that apple, or there's no dessert for you. And I better eat the whole apple with the pips. I mean,
And
honest.
stalk.
Saves finding a bin. Saves finding...
It's biodegradable. You can just literally throw it anywhere.
Anywhere at all.
The
At a
birds will
person.
deal with it for you.
I feel sassy. Joel, keep eggs in the fridge.
No.
We leave them on the counter. Mine are on the counter over there right now. I can't see them. They're behind the door, but they are there.
Mine are also on the counter at home. I believe they're expired, but
Expired.
I also think that they are, not in the fridge. I know they're not in the fridge.
They are definitely not. Eggs do not go in the fridge.
Correct.
They don't. Not in England, anyway. We've
No.
had this before. And
Yeah.
we had it earlier.
Yeah, about 30 minutes ago.
like with an American, I guess. But we had it with Nova, didn't we?
Probably. I bet Nova keeps his fucking ketchup in the fridge.
I'm certain of it.
Bunch of weirdos, man. What are they doing to us?
I can't wait. The first thing I do when I go to Andy's house is to look in his fridge. I'll say, "Hello, show me to your fridge."
I'm going to throw away everyone's salad cream. That's what I'm doing. Right, we've got 2 suggestions for things to go in the sea.
Oh, okay.
We need to put that in the sea. Yeah, hang on.
People, listen. I want to put it in the sea, and I don't believe I have very much in the way of opposition.
You have no opposition from me based on the stories that you have told me.
People who eat fruit wrong, get in the sea. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Now we can move on to opinions. Harmstone would like to suggest anonymous question apps.
What the fuck is an anonymous question?
So
app?
on social media,
Yes.
Choose your favorite. You can ask the account holder an anonymous question, and people mostly use them to requite love and that kind of thing. Like, tell me what you think of me on a scale of 1 to 10. Like, am I hot? That kind of thing.
Oh, is this like an Instagram stories kind of thing? Or am I misunderstanding?
Yeah, kind of, I guess. But you would know who responds.
Oh yeah, I guess
probably.
that's true.
So it's just basically people asking anonymous questions on social media and expecting the result to be positive in some way.
I don't think I have enough of an understanding of this as a concept.
I'm not sure they're seaworthy. Maybe the people who think that it's a good idea to ask anonymous questions on the internet, they should probably go in the sea.
I don't understand how you do this because you can't do it on Instagram, presumably.
I don't know where you do it.
I don't know how you do it or what's the point of this anonymous questions thing. It just sounds a bit derpy. I can accept that recalibration.
You can definitely do it on Twitter. You can definitely do it on Facebook. I'm not sure.
Do I go on there and go, ask me anything? Or
yes, basically, you'll say, "Ask me anything."
Ask
You'll
me
give them a
anything.
link to the app, and then they will ask you random questions. And most of the time, you can even choose which ones you want to answer and publish the answer to.
you don't find out who sent the questions.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can do that if you send. If you send us this, I'll ask Jez, and he won't know which one of you said it. I will, though.
I mean, the thing is, if I see those things, and if I could be bothered, which I usually can't, my first question would be, why are you such a cunt?
I just don't even understand how it's a thing. I can't get in my head to understand what
why
it
people
is.
would do that.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
seems like a nothing thing. So I don't want to put it in the sea. It just seems
It's a waste of everyone's time.
I don't understand
not
it
even
really.
working on the
I just
clipboard,
wanted to
man.
get back to the eggs a little
Really
bit.
annoying. You want to go back to the eggs?
Well,
You
you all don't have white eggs.
Let's get back to the eggs.
We have brown eggs. They're just like, some of them are white, some of them are brown.
Yeah, we don't have many white eggs.
No.
White eggs are a fairly new phenomenon.
I just thought certain.
Yeah, we have brown eggs.
Mm.
It turns out it's different chickens.
I think
I
different
googled
chickens. Yeah. Turns out there wasn't as much I needed to read about that. But no, I'm not that fussed about. I think we need to get. Listen, maybe I'll go away and learn more about this anonymous. It certainly doesn't sound super egregious though.
Yeah.
Egregious.
Next up, and we will need a check here on the spreadsheet.
Because you think it's already in.
I do. From Will, cunts who stop in front of you while you're walking around a shop/supermarket.
Now, I have said on many occasions that this winds me up, so it would surprise me that it isn't in there.
It would surprise me also.
Although I
Yes.
saw Will in the supermarket the other day.
And did he stop in front of you?
I stopped immediately in front of him. This
Oh,
might
okay.
be why he's saying it.
I see.
I
I thought he was going to stop in front of you, ergo making him a massive hypocrite and calling for
No.
himself to be put in the sea, basically.
No, but do you know what? I should go and find Will and just bump into the back of him like that
Oh.
and go, what the fuck, man?
What the fuck are you doing? Standing still.
People who browse at supermarkets in the middle of the aisle. Oh, yeah, I did that when, like, you can't get where you're trying to go because they're like,
I may be over remembering it because it was a topic that came up strongly in the most recent DGMS
Yes.
rerun back in episode 5, I believe. 4, 5, whatever one I broadcast last Friday on YouTube.
Yes, yeah. I would like to make sure, actually, that people who just stop directly in front of you, not just at the shop, they do it in the street as well. People who stop directly in front of you, and then you bump into them, and then they look at you like you're the cunt, when in fact they're the cunt. Verbatim.
Yeah, because it's not people who browse supermarkets in the middle of the aisle. That
No,
does
that's
not
the
cover
best he could find, though. I understand that he's
Yeah,
trying
if
to
that's
match
all
it.
you have, then we need to put this
People
in
on
the sea.
Yes, yeah. People who just go they're looking on their phone and like, oh, I've gone too far. I need to go back the other way. So instead of looking around in their general area and being aware, they just stop. I'm going the wrong way. And then everyone just kind of stops. And then you go like, now sometimes they, oh God, I'm so sorry, but very, very, very,
Most
very
of the time,
rarely.
they're like, she walked into me.
You also suggested lemon-flavored things, puke veg, salad cream, people who ask questions in meetings earlier. Before we get into that, sorry, let's just finish these things off just to make sure. So people who stop immediately in front of you, get in the fucking sea.
Yeah, when I can get the mouse there, hang on.
And I'm going to say it again so I don't have fucking in the middle of it, just
me.
in case so I don't know.
Right, do it.
People who stop immediately in front of you on the street can get in the sea. Or anywhere for that matter. Now.
Do we want to put any of these things in the sea? I'm struggling to believe that some of these things are not already in the sea, Harmstone, to be honest with you. Or did we discuss them in Cornwall or something? Because
Cool.
right, I'm sure we've discussed things like lemon-scented stuff. Pretty sure that's in the sea, because I fucking hate that. And puke veg, that's got to be in there.
Do you want to just make sure they're in there by saying it?
Yeah, sure. But I don't want to double up.
Missed the David.
No, I
Guetta?
haven't either. I have strong opinions about that. So
Is it David Guetta or Guetta? Because I think it's David Guetta.
I
But
think
for
it's
some
Guetta
reason,
as well.
I have this. I've seen Pueblerita too much, but there's U and E to like put the U and E and Guetta together.
In the ghetto.
I don't know the song you're talking about.
In the Ghetto by
I don't know the song that he's talking about, which
someone.
is clearly a different.
Oh,
song.
I do. You do know it.
Well, let me just sit back now. Given that it's basically Blue by Eiffel 65, then I do know it, and it must have come out reasonably recently.
Yeah, it did come out
Blue,
recently.
Blue
Didn't you understand? That came out in like 1999, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's a
Right.
great song.
So, yes, I'll just do a multi-sploosh because I'm happy to put all of these other things in the sea.
Yeah.
Lemon-flavoured things, yes. Puke veg, yes. Salad cream, yes. People who ask questions in meetings, all in the sea.
Love it.
Yeah.
Right.
So the final suggestion, we will not be accepting suggestions from the chat. You can use your channel points to do it, and you only get 3 per episode. Come back next week.
Yes, sorry, I talked over you there. Just to quickly say, yes, shit drivers can drive right into the sea. I suspect that might already be in there, but we have been talking about how much we hate shit drivers for ages. So whilst I don't think we're going to put it on the sea in this occasion, Andy, I'm totally with you. I hope you're a good driver though, because when you start hating other people driving as much as we do, you suddenly have to be beholden to be really good at all times. But at any rate, the only one left is Dr. Fruitbats. I'm Good by David Guetta. It's just Blue by Eiffel 65, but with the lyrics changed to being happy. It's a melancholic song in a minor key. You can't do that. It sounds wrong.
And to add to that, the lyrics are just so trite and unimaginative. It does my fucking head in. It was the theme choice for the WWE Raw 30th anniversary show last week. So I heard it like 30 or 40 times over the course of the promotion for it. And it's just fucking terrible.
I can't call it to mind at the moment, although I'm certain I've heard it, because I thought, did someone remix Blue?
Yeah,
But
it's a high-pitched, happy American girl singing it. Because obviously David Guetta is not a singer. He just pushes buttons.
Push the button.
That's what
true.
he does.
Well, listen, I'm fine.
That's the one. Gonna have the best freaking time of my life. Fuck off.
Oh, I know it. Thank you. Yes, Comdu, you just fucking nailed it
Yeah.
for me. Yeah. I guess I don't mind it so much because it's based on another song I like, but
I mean, Blue's a good song.
I'm blue, dabba dee dabba da. I mean, you say it's unimaginative. It's not like the original, and I'm not doing it down, was particularly well created.
I beg to differ, sir. I have a blue house with a blue window.
You're just naming things that are blue.
Blue is the colour. Something mumbles that is incoherent.
Yeah.
I'm blue. Dabba dee, dabba die. Dabba dee, dabba die,
die.
or the alternative version that that comes up quite a lot. If I was green, I would die. Cup of tea and a pie.
So you feel
Much better version than this shit remake.
Listen, let's just cut to the chase on this one if we can. What do you want to do with Dr. Fruitbat's suggestion about this new blue song by David Guetta?
I want to ratify it wholeheartedly and yeet that in the sea.
Seems reasonable. It's not dabba da, it's dabba da. Yabba dabba da.
It's not.
Dabba
Dabba dee.
Dabba da.
Dabba dee dabba.
Dabba do.
It is dabba da. I stand corrected. I just ran it back through. I just ran it back through in my head. But it doesn't work with my parody that rhymes with pie, so it's got to be die for the purposes of my parody. So
You can't take a sad song and make it better. Can't make it happy just by changing some words. You god awful hack! God damn it! You maniac!
I mean, let's be honest. It is David Guetta we're talking about. He has literally not hit once. So
What is the most famous David Guetta song? I can't even think of what he's done.
it's mostly the other people that are famous for it because they're the ones doing the majority of the work.
This is the most C inclusions since episode 89.
Thank you, Stats Man.
C facts.
Mm.
That C facts is actually a
It was a text-based information service
I
that
love
you
it,
could
C
access
facts.
via your television.
I'm a stats man. So okay.
Next, you'll be making happy-go-lucky songs for that.
Might sound crazy what I'm about to say. Boom, 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 boom. Always
Hey,
be
hang on
standing.
a second. You just brought something up while we're in C.
Was it puke veg?
No, that song, Happy. Can I just ask the question?
Yes.
Right. The lyric is, let me just run it through in my head. A bit of it.
I know what you're trying to...
Give me the chorus. I can't fucking remember it.
Because I'm happy. Clap along
If you feel like a room without a roof.
like a room without a roof.
Right. Why is a room without a roof happy? Please explain this to me.
What if it rains? It would rain.
It's just going to be cold in general. There is no good aspect to having a room without a roof, okay? Either you're going to get sunburnt because it's too hot.
Yes.
You're going to get wet because it's raining.
Yeah.
You're going to be cold because it's too cold.
Yeah.
You're going to get snowed on because it's fucking snowing. What the fuck?
With
Put a roof on it, then I'm
without a
happy.
roof. Because I'm happy. You're so happy, he doesn't even notice that the room has not got a roof. That's like
That's
his
not what he
state of-
says, though. He should have put that in his lyrics, shouldn't he?
Well, listen, yes, you're absolutely right. Titanium.
That one's good, yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
That is a good song.
Still coming.
You straight lace type. It's drugs. Not everything's drugs, James. It's drugs. Drugs, James.
Not everything is drugs. Some things are wanking or tits, as we've discovered.
Anyway,
There's a direct correlation with me getting angry and coughing more.
because I'm angry, rubbing along. If you feel with a chest without a roof, chest without some felt.
Do you see what I'm saying, though?
I do see what you're saying.
It's nonsense. I'm not sure it's seaworthy, but
There's a lot of songs probably that are bullshit. Do you know what's the Desiree song, which is like, I don't want to see a ghost. That's the thing I fear the most. I'd rather have a piece of toast and watch the evening news.
see no problem with that.
I mean, it's just
What's your point?
bullshit.
I mean, at least it makes sense.
I guess that's true.
Like, I don't want to see a ghost either. I'm not
that-
going to because they're not real. But do you know what is
See,
real?
that would have been the next...
Toast. I believe in toast.
I'd rather have a
I
piece
see
of
toast all the time. Not sure about the evening news bit.
No.
Other better options are available.
Live.
but-
Oh, life. Oh, life. Oh, life. The one I hate is Sowing the Seeds of Love by Tears for Fears, which off the back of their incredible hit Everybody Wants to Rule the World, which literally everybody loves.
It's not the best Tears for Fears song, but carry on.
What's the best Tears for Fears song?
Shout, obviously.
Shout. That's another one. Shout. Shout. Let it all out. Oh, shut. Like, sowing the seeds of love. seeds of love, sowing the seeds. I'm like, oh my God. Like, fuck me, was that climbing down after Everybody Wants to Rule the World, but... I'm a superstitious girl. I'm the worst in the world. Never walk under ladders like you could keep a rabbit's tail. I'll take you up on a dare. Anytime, anywhere. Name the place, I'll be there. Bungee jumping, I don't care. S Club. I don't actually know what you're actually...
I don't know what you're doing
What
either,
is
but
that?
it sounds fine.
Can anybody name that song the Harmstone has put? I don't know what this segment has become. It takes an egg to make a hen. It takes a hen to make an egg. What is that song? Is that also from Life? No. Shit, it gets worse. That's the only bit I did know. I didn't know that bit. That's brilliant.
Isn't the
I understand what
superstitious
you
thing
mean now.
a rabbit's foot, not its tail?
It would make sense.
It is indeed.
All
Yes.
life. I don't know the song very well, admittedly, because I didn't think it was very good, so I haven't committed it to memory.
I didn't know there was
Apart from that
there
bit.
were lyrics outside of the bit that he did, to be honest. So yeah.
Eggs are theme tonight. Song life and fridges. Fridge.
Maybe that'll be the name of this episode. Song Life and Fridges. No comma.
Song life. Where the fuck are we at the moment? Are we still in Get in the Sea?
Yeah.
I think we put everything in the sea. We're gonna
Yeah.
hold on. So I can't remember. Are we putting in? Oh, did we put David Guetta in the sea?
we put David Guetta's song in the sea, not
Right, okay.
David Guetta himself. Like that's fine. And I just ranted about
Right.
Happy and
Bit of
Roots,
rant.
but I don't think it needs to go in the sea.
Maybe we can wrap up, I guess, and go on to. We've only got one segment left, right?
Yeah, we do. Well, there are others available, but I think we've already gone too long, frankly. So
It's 10. We've been on 2 hours, and
Can you imagine the uproar if we just said fuck it and I hit the end show button and we didn't do Am I the Arsehole? Can you imagine the backlash?
I can see what your mouse is.
Can
as
you
well.
imagine the backlash as I slide my hand? Okay, right, fine. I'm that brave.
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
But what if I press it now?
Fuck shit storm. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Cool.
I like it. Good.
Not
Well,
only are we actually doing Am I the Arsehole, but once again, we have 3 of them for you lucky people.
3.
3.
But now I've only got 2. Go fuck yourself. Okay, so shall I go? Then you
Yes.
go. Then I go.
That's right.
Okay. 3. It's a magic number. It's a very singy night tonight, isn't it?
It's a really singy life with us, isn't it?
I just love it.
It doesn't take much excuse for us,
Really
one or
doesn't.
the other, to burst into song.
I know, I love it. Am I the arsehole
Yes, you are.
for telling my girlfriend to not call my dogs by nicknames? That seems fairly innocuous. Am I the arsehole for telling my girlfriend to not call my dogs by nicknames?
Well, it depends what the nickname is, really. If it's like, fuck off, cunt, then that seems reasonable.
If you've called your dogs all my neighbours are arseholes and then walk out to call them in the back garden, well, I think that'd be pretty inventive. I, 27M, decided to take over my family's farm about a year ago. But I've been dating my girlfriend, 24, for 6 months now.
Is this Stardew Valley?
That's it. My grandfather gave me a farm. It is Stardew Valley. That's exactly what's it. I've taken over my family's farm. They gave me 20 parsley seeds. They gave me 20 parsnip seeds.
What's that guy's name? Is it Lewis? Is Lewis going to be fucked off because you called his dog Clarence or something?
You've got to find the mayor's pants. They're out there somewhere.
Fuck off, Lewis. Do your own fucking work. I'm busy trying to hit rocks and hit a sword into these flaily things.
Have you played Stardew Valley?
I've not. I've watched,
You watched?
Stardew Valley extensively, unfortunately.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. When I took over the farm, I knew I wanted to get 2 dogs that were great protectors. So I got a Rottweiler, mainly for guarding and also for biting the faces off of infants. And a Marimar, or a Maremma. A Maremma sounds like a kind of a shaky instrument. I got a Rottweiler and a Maremma. 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 A Maremma is what happens when you try and start a fucking chainsaw.
A Maremma sounds like something wrong with your heart that you need medical attention for.
And a Maremma sheepdog. Who does most of the herding. I bet it does.
Do you remember the dog we had as a child? Yeah, I'm Maremma.
I love the idea. It's like, We got a Rottweiler for the guarding
And
a
this
sheep,
made-up fucking dog so that people would talk about that instead.
and a sheepdog for the herding. But it turns out the sheepdog bit the baby's face off, and the Rottweiler herds the sheep. Needless to say, both dogs have important jobs.
They don't, mate.
I think you should get a third dog that gets you a margarita. That's just called Blue Agave, and just goes and gets you a margarita every time. Needless to say, both dogs have important jobs, and I always need them to be alert and aware in their training for the safety of themselves and the other animals on the property. Fucking have a day off. It's the fucking dogs. That includes not treating them as pets. Recently, my girlfriend has been calling my dogs by 2 distinctive nicknames, and it's really bothersome. Don't get a lot of bothersome.
Bothersome.
She calls my Rottweiler Rump Roast, and my Maremma, and my Maremma Jelly.
I mean, rump roast sounds like what all dogs call each other. Rump roast, rump roast.
Cherry blossom in the market square, do you remember? Looked like confetti in my hair, by the way. You did that on purpose because you said we were singing, and now you know I'm going to sing when I see Do you remember? Do you remember? Rump roast rolling in the garden square. Do you remember? It looked just like jelly in my hair, by the way. Anyway.
We're mostly through this story. I still haven't got a fucking clue what a Maremma is.
Maremma!
I mean, if Harmstone has spelled it right, it's spelt mare, MMA. So now I've just got visions of horses, like,
doing
cage
UFC.
fighting.
She calls my Rottweiler Rump Roast and my Maremma Jelly, which are not their names.
Thanks, guy.
She has also been petting, cuddling up to them, as you would to a cute little puppy or something. I understand that she loves them and that nicknames are out of love. But again, these dogs are not to be treated as pets.
Yeah, one of them's fictitious for a start.
They are workers. I explained this to her and told her that if she couldn't understand where I was coming from, one of us is going to have to go, and it's not the dogs.
Burn.
She doesn't say that, but I just thought I'd say it.
Yeah.
If she couldn't understand where I was coming from, I really couldn't have her over anymore, and we would have to continue to see each other outside the farm, maybe at the saloon down the road that Gus runs. This made her upset in a sad way,
No shit.
as opposed to being upset in a happy way. One of David Guetta's new songs.
I was going to ask, yeah.
She was really sad when she had left in an upset way, and I felt bad in
You
a depressed
didn't,
way.
you fucking sociopath.
I tried to explain my reasoning, but she had already left, as I just explained. I tried to explain my reasoning and side of things to her, and even asked my lil sis for some advice. But my sister said...
Does it say that? Yeah, people think that
she advised me to write things properly.
That advice have a verb and noun form like other, SE ending words do.
So
it does not.
I tried to ask my grammar. But my sister said that I was the arsehole here because my girlfriend is just a great person
And I can't use the word advise.
who cares for the animals as much as I do, which is true. So I get where she's coming from. But I also need these dogs to stay strained... to stay strained in a colander. I also need these dogs to tray...
Jesus Christ, Alex.
Do you know what? I was thinking at the beginning of this episode, like to about an hour and a half, just how perfect my words have been the whole night. And I'm like, I'm coming up for a fucking. But I also need these dogs to stay trained as farm dogs. Am I the arsehole?
Rebuttal. Are they really working dogs? Do you pay them?
Work.
Or are they in fact
Work.
slave dogs?
Slave dogs.
Slave dogs, do-do-do-do.
What you gonna do?
Slave dogs, do-do-do-do.
Indentured servants, bro. They're on the farm, yo. I don't know what I'm talking about
That's
anymore.
pretty good. Keep going.
One of you has got to go, and it won't be me.
The hoe.
No. He has to go. A dog is a pack animal and will more likely protect, or at least the snotty will. Do you know what? I think I may have lost the thread on that one.
Do you understand that sentence? Sorry, Comdu, I have no idea what you just said. He has to go with you. He's a prick. The dog is a pack animal.
And will more likely protect, or at least the snotty will.
Yeah, that wasn't the question. The question was, is she allowed to...
Oh, she'll protect her.
To call it rump roast.
Rump roast?
Rump roast.
I would. That's not my name. Four-legged dog, you leave me alone. It's a difficulty. Anyway, I've not the arsehole. They're working dogs. Working 9 to 5. Ruff, 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 ruff. That's how that song goes.
They can have a work name and a fun playtime name. Yes, perhaps what needs to happen is they establish consistent working times for the dog so that it's got some off times.
Yes!
Where it can be called rump roast and whatever the fuck the made up dog
When
was
you
called.
call the dog Worker 1 and Worker 2, they know they're at work. And when you call them rump roast, it's time for a break.
Did he mention their actual names?
He says...
Or was it just the Rotty and the made up one?
No, he has not told us their real names. We are left to speculate.
We would be begging for a designation.
Barking 9 to 5. What a way to earn a sausage. That's true.
No idea on the other dog. Sounds like a motorbike backfiring. Mare MMA. Mare MMA. Ground and pound. Ground and dog pound.
Listen. I kind of lost the thread on whether I care whether the dogs...
I don't give a fuck. I think the answer is...
Is that a button?
Get rid of the whole man, get rid of the whole dogs, and she can live on her own happily somewhere else where she gives other things nicknames.
I guess my question here is working dogs a thing?
Yes.
I mean, a sheepdog is a thing.
Not this work, though. Like,
If
blind dogs, guide dogs, not blind dogs.
They're blind. Do they have a guide dog helping them?
I don't think they've worked very hard, to be honest. They probably just sit around. Guide dogs, however, are working dogs, and you should not pet them.
No. But if you ran a farm, Jeremy, like this person actually does, because he's on Stardew Valley.
Also, does a dog really know what its fucking name is? I don't think so.
No, because you go blah 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 blah, and as long as it's all in the
intonation,
and body language. Blah 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 blah. That sounds like Richard Nixon. Blah 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 blah. I'm pretty sure that's how he talked to his dogs anyway.
I am not a Marama.
I honestly don't know. But I think that if they are working, if I was a farmer and I owned a dog and the dog had a job and it was to herd the sheep, I would probably be annoyed if it was nicknameified so it was insufficient at its job. But would it be? I can't imagine it would be.
It's not going to be affected by being called rump roast.
No Rottweiler in the world was ever subdued by petting. That's why they had to wear muzzles and they couldn't do anything.
Listen, I've got a great way of stopping her calling the dog rump roast. Okay?
Rump roast.
Every time she calls the dog rump roast, you slap her on the arse and call her rump roast. She will soon stop / leave. Either way, problem solved.
I think I can't decide, so I think everyone sucks here. I think
I think we have a rare everyone sucks here.
I think he's oversensitive and she's not sensitive enough. So I think they're all misunderstanding it. Everyone sucks here. I know everyone sucks. Whoa.
Yeah. Thank you for buying me the time to find my mouse and then get it to the appropriate place.
Work.
And keep it somewhere near. Ready for the next one. Okay, there was a poll. I missed the answers, so fuck your opinions, I guess.
Counterpoint. Fuck them opinions.
Are we ready? Item number 2.
I was born ready, Jeremy.
Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
For asking my friend to move out because he kept feeding my dog junk food.
There's a lot of dog-related ones that we got the other day when we wanted to do dogs, and because we got so many, we're We're really getting through them now, aren't we?
Yes.
This one is not about dogs, I don't think.
It is not.
So, catch me up on that one again.
Am I the arsehole for asking my friend to move out because he kept feeding my dog junk food?
Okay.
One of my friends, James. Yeah, we know about
We know
Jameses.
James.
We know Jameses. They're the problem.
Was he feeding him refrigerated eggs? There you go. Get some tomato sauce on that.
One of my friends, James, recently moved in with me. James and I have known each other for about 5 years now. My former roommate had to relocate for a new job, and James's lease at his previous apartment was up, so I invited him to rent out my spare room.
Serendipity.
Perfect. I have an elderly dog, Arrow. I adopted from the pound 10 years ago, who has been with me through some of the toughest times in my life. Aside from being elderly, he also has a very delicate stomach and is on special medicated feed.
I mean, he's really setting this one up for a fall.
My dog is pampered as shit, and I give him whatever the fuck he wants. About 3 months into living together, Arrow began frequently throwing up. As I mentioned, he's old and has health problems. Thanks, Guy. That was literally 2 sentences ago. We're not that fucking useless. About 3 months into living together, Arrow began frequently throwing up. As I mentioned, he's old and has health problems, so I assumed that was a sign of his condition naturally worsening with time.
Yes.
That was a sign of his condition naturally worsening with time, and I took him to the vet. I learned from the vet that his condition had been exacerbated by the change to his diet.
Oh.
I was immediately confused. Oh?
Oh?
Since I wasn't feeding Arrow anything but his prescription feed. I soon found out that James had been giving Arrow snacks without my knowledge. Scooby snacks? Things like bacon, French fries, chips, pizza crust. Can I move in instead of the dog? That sounds amazing. Here, slip of bacon. Thanks, Guy. Yes, please. Just all types of greasy, unhealthy human food that was terrible for him. I was upset, since James knows that Arrow is on prescription feed, but I told him about the vet visit and told him not to give Arrow anything to eat, reiterating that he already had stomach problems and could only have his special feed.
Stop feeding my dog shit.
Okay, so just the pork scratchings then, yeah?
Just the nugs. Only 5 nugs.
Only ketchup from the cupboard.
Yes.
No ketchup from the fridge.
Can I feed him salad cream?
Basically a bin.
Anything from the chocolate crisper.
Yes!
That's,
That'll make him vomit.
that will make him vomit.
But a few weeks later, Arrow is throwing up again. You guessed it!
Yes.
James was still giving him junk food. I confronted him again, and he defended himself
How?
by saying he only gave it to Arrow occasionally.
I was instructed not to give Arrow anything. I gave him something.
He only gave it to Arrow occasionally when he looked really hungry.
He's not hungry. He gets food.
This time, I lost my temper,
I bet you did.
and it turned into a bit of a fight, with me again telling him he can't give Arrow anything ever.
How is that a fight? How do you get into a fight? An actual fight? Like a fist fight? That would be amazing.
Because James is obviously mega fucking dumb.
Oh my god.
I was maybe harsher, more aggressive than I should have been.
But you wanted to get the point across because he didn't understand it before.
But that second time, I was really furious that he didn't comprehend he is killing my dog out of stubbornness. It turned into a week of us being very curt to each other. Angle?
It's true.
Hennig?
It's damn true.
Cobain? Russell?
You're really going for it.
Um,
Kurt.
yes?
I'm trying to... Is there a Kurt in Metallica? No. I'm thinking of someone else. Doesn't matter.
Lars?
Lars on the My mouth went away from me there.
That system, not Metallica.
And it wasn't even the right word. Please carry on.
Kurt Ain? Yes. Where am I? I can't get past this.
Got
Kurt
into a
thing
bit
again.
of a fight.
It turned into a week of us being very curt to each other and barely speaking. Eventually, it sort of blew over and we went back mostly to normal. Unfortunately, normal also included James again giving my dog snacks.
Oh, for fuck's sake, mate. Come on, put it together. This isn't even difficult. How much of a cunt are you?
I decided that was it. As they say, 3 strikes, you're out.
They say that in baseball.
They do say that. I told James he would have to find a new place to live.
Because he was too much of a cunt to understand the rules.
As you might expect, he was furious.
Of course.
It turned into a massive fight and we're not speaking to each other.
Probably for the best.
Our mutual friends have been trying to mediate. Their argument is that Arrow doesn't have much longer left to live. Jesus
Your friendship is
Christ.
better than a dog because it's going to die anyway. Let's think about it. This dog could die in the next 6 months. James could be pissing you off for about another 50 years. Think about that.
Look at this wonderful puppy I have. Yeah, but he's going to die eventually. You better feed it cyanide. Just get it over and done with.
It's better. Listen, on that basis, can we just say, James is a massive cunt. Maybe we should kill him and save us all some fucking time. It worked both ways.
It's got to suck to be James in the chat right now. Yeah, their argument is that Arrow does not have much longer to live, so what's wrong with letting him enjoy some unhealthy things, and that this would effectively result in ending my friendship with James.
And ending the dog, probably, if it carries on like that. I mean, all these guys that are weighing in with this shitty advice are also cunts.
Yes.
You got the cunt who's the cunt, and then the mates are all cunts. Mate, rip it up and start again.
Yeah.
Take you and your dog and walk off into the wilderness like you're in fucking Fallout.
Just to finish.
Please do.
Am I the arsehole for kicking him out? Now, this may surprise you.
Yes, it will.
I'm on the side of the dog in this one. Like, what the fuck? Like, the dog is going to eat what you give it. And of course it's going to ask for bacon and pizza and whatever else it had, because those things are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It is beholden on you, the human, to decide what it can and cannot have for its own fucking health.
Yeah.
That applies to any animal, not just dogs.
Dog is going to dog.
What a fucking bellend. James is. Do we have any clever names? You're the arsehole. Lighten up. Not the arsehole. James 31 is. Or everyone sucks. Yeah. I mean,
Listen.
I don't think we need to wait for the poll. I think it is very clear cut that for kicking out James, 31 or otherwise, they are not the arsehole. My stomach just did
Your
a
stomach
mega
just,
growl
I was
for
about
that.
to wait for the end
Like,
of that to happen.
Like, all right.
Was your stomach doing an impression of Richard Nixon?
I mean, there's a
Like
there's
a
a dog
dog.
on my top, so maybe it's like the dog's barking. You know? First my mum, now this.
I love that. Look, I agree that a dog could have more treats in their last days and makes them happy, but not if it makes them poorly. Yeah, legitimately, it's been proven on 3 occasions that like the dog is worse because James keeps feeding. James, my friend, keeps poisoning my dog, so I keep asking him nicely not to.
Yeah.
He says it's fine.
Let's change the context to humans, right? Instead of a dog, it's the op's granddad.
Yes.
And James moves in with them. Granddad's diabetic. Keeps asking for bacon and for chocolate and for other things that are going to exacerbate his diabetes, make him ill and probably kill him. It's like, yeah, but he really wants it, though.
He really likes kids and grown-ups love it so,
like,
Jeremy.
Bless him. He got to have some bacon, ain't he?
He's going to die soon, so why don't we get him a stripper to suck him off? Fucking hell.
While he chugs down on some chocolate milk.
It's his last days. Give him whatever he wants.
Honestly. Terrible, terrible prick.
Well, let's move on. That was
So
funny,
what
though.
may be another terrible, terrible prick?
Let's hope so.
Some mothers do have them.
Eyes down looking for a full prick. Am
I
I
often do have my eyes down and find a full prick.
Am I the arsehole
Yes, you are.
for cancelling my son's birthday party because my mother-in-law left poop on my toothbrush.
What?
Oh.
Oh shit! Yes, that is what was on there.
Am I the arsehole for cancelling my son's birthday party because my mother-in-law left poop on my toothbrush?
I mean, first thing, yes, because you should probably spend the time cleaning your bathroom.
So many questions, which hopefully will be answered in the length of time it takes to read it out. Interestingly, the mother-in-law is pooping and not snooping on this occasion, though. No, I thought I'd bring that up and feel a bit smug.
Come ask the very appropriate question. How the fuck did poop get onto the toothbrush?
Well, I think I have to say, Comdu, I think I speak for everyone here and in the chat, is like that is the driving question we all have behind this.
I'm not the mother-in-law, right? Says James.
Am I the mother-in-law?
Jury's out, James. We'll see.
I'm not quite sure it's supposed to be used that way. Are you not reading it? Are you not using your poop brush correctly? How would you get it out of your ass hairs, Comdu? My mother-in-law watches my 3 kids. Okay, that's weird. They are age 5, 3, and 7 months. My mother-in-law usually watches them and drops them off from school. The kids are battling a stomach virus, so everyone was home on Monday.
Drops them off like from the roof, or shoop. Come on, 3, over you come.
Off you go.
Shoop.
Zoop. Is that dropping them?
That's holding them by the scruff. Yeah.
Ow.
And so you're holding them over the precipice.
Yes.
By the scruff of the back of their top.
I thought that was a legitimate.
Yeah.
The back of their top.
Back of their top. Yeah. Ready? Shoop.
Oh, zoop.
Down they go.
I thought you were doing a kind of a Men in Black, kind of like flashy.
A neuralizer.
Yeah. Because it was. Anyway.
Sorry.
The kids are battling a stomach virus, so everyone was home on Monday. The little one had a poop explosion. Get right into it. So my mother-in-law washed her butt in our bathroom sink. The little one, not the mother-in-law. However, she did not clean up after, and there was poop all round the sink, on the toothpaste, on the toothbrushes, and the little cups that the kids use when brushing their teeth.
Throw the whole bathroom out.
I have pictures if you guys want to see.
No, that is what the bathtub is for. Exactly.
Who uses a sink for poop?
Stupid people.
Well,
That's who.
Maybe it's the 7-month-old, so they think it's better.
The 7-month-old is cleaning the mother-in-law's ass. Is that what's going on here?
In the sink, Jeremy.
The 7-month-old has picked up the mother-in-law, dumped her in the sink,
Good work.
and is now cleaning her ass for her.
That's core strength.
Yeah.
I feel we're losing the thread of this, but if I wish to keep us on track, I believe the mother-in-law cleaned up the 7-month-old in the sink to get rid of the poop and left the detritus of the poop spread here, there, and everywhere, is my understanding. And no, I don't think we want to see your pictures. This has happened before. Fuck me. But it's the first time we said anything. This has happened before. When my wife called her mom to be more careful because it's absolutely disgusting and gross.
Yep.
No one should need to explain that, but apparently it needs explaining. My wife is Hispanic, so her tone can definitely be aggressive, especially to a gringo like me.
Not sure whether you're more racist about your own race or theirs. To be
I
honest.
don't know. Yeah, you've put it perfectly. You put it perfectly.
There's something racist going on there. I'm not
Yeah.
sure who it's directed at.
That seems like a weird thing, and when we get to this, Tom, you can cut that bit out because I don't think I really want to be sending that anywhere someone's going to question about it. They were confused enough when I said the thing about the OnlyFans code. So anyway, but there you go, straight from the Am I a Arseholes page. But her mum seemed to understand the frustration.
From the arse's mouth.
However, once her sisters, both in their 30s and single for good reason... Fucking hell.
What?
Caught wind that my wife belittled their mother, all hell broke loose. So let me read that through again.
This family sounds fun.
This guy sounds like a dickhead. However, once her sisters, both in their 30s and single for good reason, caught wind that my wife belittled their mother, all hell broke loose.
Oh, no, you didn't!
The sisters began defending the mother, calling out how dirty, messy our house is. It's like,
Oh, yeah, I choose to leave shit all over my toothbrush regularly.
like, your house is dirty anyway. What's a little extra shit? Just trying to find out where it is. The sisters began defending their mother, calling out how dirty and messy our house is, calling my wife fat, and basically just saying how lucky we are to have the mother-in-law in our life, and it's no big deal. In fact, we're the arseholes for being upset about it. I guess the sisters got to my mother-in-law because then mother-in-law came back and started parroting the same talking points about how messy our house is, how ungrateful my wife is, how my mother-in-law cleans our house and cooks for the kids all the time. My 5-year-old son was also at her house this weekend and had an accident where he Hershey squirted
Oh, dear.
on the bed because he's sick that was also thrown in our face multiple times. You're telling me you stored the Hershey squirted shit and thrown it in your face several times? That just seems unreasonable.
I mean,
Throwing it in your face?
this whole argument, I'm going to step back several steps and just say all of this could have been avoided by not putting the shit ass in the sink.
Yes. Which was the mother-in-law's decision.
Yes.
I think you could go back a stage further and say, if you are so concerned about the fact that the mother-in-law keeps letting the kids shit everywhere and then not tidy it up, don't ask your mother-in-law to do... Is this when, like, you know, if you make a shit cup of tea, no one ever asks you to make a cup of tea again? Because she's obviously someone that raised you, so she knows how to clean up shit after a shitty arsehole has had an accident, but yet she declines to actually do it as if she doesn't want to do the job anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, if I leave the shit on the toothbrush, maybe they'll never ask me round again.
Maybe Granny has a bad back and can't bend down to the bath. What are you, Tams, in the TikTok comment section? Don't try and explain this shit. Maybe the mother-in-law didn't want to go up the stairs to her own bedroom. Nobody said the bedroom was upstairs! That's been on my mind for a while.
I thought it might have been. I
clear.
saw that one. Yeah. My 5-year-old son shat everywhere.
Yada, yada, yada.
And so forth. They also refer to watching our kids as favors, which is weird because they always ask to take them. My mother-in-law says she won't come ever again to watch the kids. She no-showed today, so I had to call out today to watch the baby, which is fine. However, I don't like how the mother-in-law is affecting my job and career with her pettiness, as I had some important stuff scheduled today. Keep in mind, we pay her $300 cash. You pay her? Keep in mind, we pay her $300 cash a week to watch the kids. Now I'm going to pay about $150 more per month for someone to watch the kids, which is no big deal, really, especially seeing as they'll probably do.
They'll probably clean up the shit
Good job.
and not clean your 7-month-old's ass with a toothbrush.
However, my son's birthday is tomorrow. They had a big old party planned at my mother-in-law's for Saturday. However, I have told everyone we will not be attending the party, and we have barred her family from seeing, giving gifts, or even speaking to the kids for the time being. Am I the arsehole? Am I the arsehole for cancelling my son's party and not allowing my wife's family to celebrate his birthday on Saturday?
A little bit.
Yeah, that really went off at the end. We had a lot of setup, and at the end, it's like, right, I've told everyone that no gifts. Can you imagine? It's like everything's fucked up. The kids can't help it.
Which of the children is this? How old were they again?
The kids are 5, 3, and 7 months.
Right.
And it's not clear, but it's his son's birthday. And it's not clear which one. I suspect it's the 5-year-old, but I have no reason to think
so if
that.
it's 5 or 3...
He's saying my 5-year-old son. So I think with that, the best I can guess is that it's the 5-year-old.
The 5-year-old would be the worst one, and you are causing massive damage to the child's psyche.
No kids for the 5-year-old because of this, is what they're saying.
No gifts for the 5-year-old because of all of this from the family.
Yes, no gifts.
Yeah, you have...
That's too much.
Yes, mother-in-law and the family have been shit.
Yes.
But you are not punishing them for this.
No.
You are punishing the birthday boy.
Yes.
You have erred, sir.
So the mother-in-law, who is purposely trying to get out of this shit, which she's being paid for as well.
Yeah. Let her get out of it and just let her be the grandmother.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have to look after the kids at any point and sees them on special occasions. Like, the birthday.
employing Granny as a nanny was probably a bad idea in the first place. Yeah, the moment you gave money that way, I get it in a way because, like, sometimes you want to give money to people because they're doing a job, but at the same time, and I can't speak with any authority on this, often I understand the grandmother wants to be involved in doing this sort of stuff. But, I mean, they do it every day. He goes to work. Where's the mum? Does she go to work? They both go to work?
It's a good question that she's not brought up at any point.
Because the mother-in-law is required on a daily basis and is now sick of that shit. Well, she's not that sick of the shit. She's happy to leave it on the bathroom sink.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it sounds like a lot of drama in this fucking house. All the kids getting involved. He's having a go. He's saying it. I mean, the best bit of this, terribly, is the bit where he has a go at the sisters, both in their 30s and singles for good reason, i.e. they're insufferable bitches, and it's no surprise they can't hold down a man. So everyone is slinging shit, from kids to family, from kids to mother-in-law to dad. Everyone's shit here.
That is not what the stamp says, but yes, I think. Is that the answer?
I think the answer is
that might be the answer.
The mother-in-law knows full well she needs to clean that stuff up and has opted not to. And the son-in-law is being a prick about the way he's handled it. And the son's birthday is going to be ruined because of it. Everyone sucks here.
Yes, absolutely.
Listen, pay the money for someone else. Let Granny be Granny.
Let the professionals do the professional work, like cleaning up the shit. Let the grannies do the granny work, like knitting and stuff.
And giving you treats.
Whatever grannies do, I don't know. I'm never
You're
a granny.
fired. That'll be everyone shits here.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, listen, that was a good one.
That was pretty damn good.
I don't know. I should have thought about this. I could probably get into the colander if I tried hard enough.
Is that something you'd like to do? Throw paper in your colander?
I do.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Remember that next time then.
So we're at the end of the
show.
I was just checking.
Yes.
We're at the end of the show, everybody.
And I do understand that the walrus is on the pier.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Yeah. So I assume.
Does that mean?
I think that we don't even need to get up. I think that is something that can be typed by other people.
Does that mean it's going to happen?
We just need to click do it once the time comes, maybe.
How do I know who the person is, though?
It'll come up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we ever done that.
No, is Harmstone going to resolve it? We're all being really cryptic with this.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
There you go.
Harmstone, give it a go, like now, and if it works,
I don't know if I can do
try it now, and if it works,
we'll know.
Then I'll get out of here and we'll just make it happen. Otherwise,
we'll do it. Tell us who it is and we'll do it.
Yeah.
We don't need to be this coy. We'll just like try.
No, it's just quite fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
They don't need to know everything.
No. It does not.
It does not. Okay. Chuck it in the chat then, and I'll copy and paste it.
Cool.
That is to say, we are done here for this week.
Yes.
We
Thanks
are
very much
back
for coming along.
We are back next week before our little break because he's fucking off to a wonderful country.
I know.
What a prick. What I have decided is that I will run a couple of extra reruns those 2 weeks, so you can go and see some classic DGMS on YouTube for the Tuesdays that he's fucking off and deserting me.
Yes, I will be back on the 28th or whatever. I think it's 28th. Wait, then I can work this out with the power of my own brain. But I think I'm getting back on the 27th, 28th. So the 29th, I think, is the next Tuesday after that we'll do. But we'll be here next week.
Yes. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a week. You've got homework, as we've discussed. You need to be photographing and recording your fridge.
Yes.
And you need to be preparing your very best. Go fuck yourselves to this prick for abandoning us.
Yes, indeed.
Can't even talk.